the wrong...
Alright, so, we might...
I shall act like I am pontificating.
Okay, so...
Bubble of light.
When you have to completely remake the settings, it helps if you actually remake all of the settings. Actually do it.
What if you factually do it?
Someday we'll have a computer we can dedicate to this
You need
setup.
to, like, let the glasses down a little bit and be like, well, actually, you should actually...
Oh, that's my next character. When this will fix it.
Oh,
my God.
you don't go for that?
Actually, you really need to factually do your computer?
So...
I'm just gonna play another rat book.
I'm pretty sure I can get you some, like, half-inch thick lenses.
As hilarious as this is, do we have sound?
I got sound here.
Yay! Sound?
I tested it
We
last
have sound.
Woo!
This time.
For now.
We'll
see
It's
how it
almost
goes.
like we're sort of hodgepodging this all together.
We're
We're
professionals.
Yep.
We're professional amateurs.
You might notice, this person is on the wrong side of the table,
Hi,
and the person
where
that should
am
be
I?
here isn't there.
What?
And we're not going to explain why.
Tuesday.
Where's Dr. Typhoon?
No, where are my legs?
It's just a torso and legs.
Yeah.
Around in circles.
That's right.
So, when last we left our intrepid adventurers, they had successfully defended a manabee hive from an attack by rampaging spiders.
Shade spiders. Or spider weavers. Or shade weavers?
No, they weren't all shade weaver spiders. The one was a shade weaver spider, and then those were some other spiders
Oh, okay.
that you don't know about.
Well, we should have asked.
You should have. There's not much left of them now.
There's
you all have-
nothing left from
As
what
you
I
all have
understand.
woken up in the morning, there is...
Oh.
Well, there's drag marks.
Feed the queen! Feed the queen!
Dispose of the bodies. Dispose of the bodies.
The manabee hive is fairly active this morning. They have started to build back into the area where your tent is set up. And the back of your tent has some mud pack started to be built up over top of it.
Nice.
Um,
I start taking down our tent as carefully as I can without dislodging the mud.
I cast mending anywhere she Thistlevay dislodges the mud.
Oh, did we? We didn't introduce ourselves.
We didn't introduce ourselves.
Exciting. We're at that point.
I'm Peter. I'm tired. Oh, are we just going? We're just
I mean,
going?
we skipped it. It was so natural.
We're just going.
I
We're
was
just going.
commenting.
Fuck
We're
it.
going.
We're going.
Nobody gets to know anything.
If you don't know us, did you
Wait.
even watch the intro?
Wait, how will I know who anyone is? Who are you people?
Mercury,
doesn't work.
they,
No one with
them, I played
consequence.
this.
This doesn't work because Carlos isn't in the intro yet.
Fuck, they, them. I'm Mercury, I played
sorry,
Thistle.
guys.
No, that's not my pronouns. Anything is my pronouns. What?
We're gonna just move on.
Moving
Yeah,
on.
let's just move on.
Moving on.
I'm
It's
Mercury.
your-
I'm chaos.
You're not Mercury. You're Gwen.
I'm
Okay, I
are
stole,
chaos.
I stole
No,
their
I'm
pronouns.
Mercury.
No, I am Sparta Mercurycus.
I'm Mercury Kiss.
It's mercurial.
I love you, Mercury Kiss.
Mercury Kiss Kiss.
Like a
Punchy
well-oiled
today.
machine.
That's right.
And you've all woken up.
It's a day.
The
It's the
tent
day
is
after
able
a
to be
holiday.
taken
Come
down.
on.
It's stuck. You have to give it a little effort to pull it out. But there's this nice little imprint of the outside of the tent.
Is
And
there like mud near me that I can just like?
not really.
Okay, I just with my
Um,
hand.
The bees seem to be like making it somewhere else and then coming up and sticking it and building it up.
All right, I'll vacate that area with the
You
tent.
guys are easily able to.
Yep.
What would you like to do?
So, Where are the last time we had those briars that sprung up, and we had cleared some of them, but we had not cleared all of them because we were doing many tests on how best to clear them, and I think somebody had spell slots.
All of the small briars are gone.
Yes.
The large briar wall had been beaten back a lot. You
Using
can
the
see
glowing
that there
fungus.
are a few very injured mana bees, and there's a decent amount of progress that has been done in the time from like dawn to when you guys woke up, which is about an hour, but it looks like the mana bees have been doing work, but taking a beating doing so.
Does it look like they're switching out before they just beef it?
Yes.
Good.
Well,
Are they using the glowing fungus, or are they just charging in?
no, they're mostly just charging in.
Can you
Well, I
try
know for a
again?
while we were blessing
Yeah.
them with glowing fungus.
Yeah,
That's
and
true.
that made a big difference yesterday, but...
Can I
But what have
try
we done
again
for
to
them lately?
communicate glowing fungus
Sure.
good? Cool. I'm going to just scoop up some of the glowing fungus
And get your butt wiggle on?
and
Yeah.
get my butt wiggle on. I'm
Gets
just going to
off.
be a little firefly.
Where are you getting the glowing fungus from? Are you going back into the tunnels to get some, or are you using some of the stuff scraped off of Ashkar?
I assume Ashkar has used most of that to vials and stuff. Didn't you?
I actually
You
collected
collected
some
a
when
lot
I
of
was
it.
inside the hive, and I
Oh.
haven't collected any since. So there might still be glowing stuff on my armor.
In that case-
When you take your armor off, does it fold up?
It does, yeah.
Gross. It's all in the mechanism.
Okay,
Now it's
you
a,
can't-
it's a jelly instead of
You can't collect any off of Ashkar's armor.
it's-
Ashkar, did you think about the fact that your armor was covered in this stuff before you took it off last night?
I probably just drew my rune and let it fold itself up.
Excellent. You can't really tell where you fell or where it was, but there's basically just a mottled sheen of, like, luminescence over the entire armor right now, and the whole thing feels a little bit slick to the touch.
I just go just a little bit into one of the tunnels, one that doesn't look busy, because I'm imagining the side that's being rebuilt. is
Roll a
probably
persuasion
busier.
check.
Sure. That's an 11 plus, I can count, read, 13 total.
Okay. One of the bees kind of stops and just watches you while you're in the tunnel.
Walk out of the tunnel.
Okay.
See the bee that stopped and,
Oh, it follows you out,
yeah,
sees you leave the tunnel, and then goes back in.
that's sad.
No, I mean, it doesn't leave the tunnel. It follows you when it sees you come into the tunnel.
Yeah.
It sticks with you. You leave, and then it just goes back in.
Yeah, as it passes on its forehead. Simba.
It was deeper in there.
Oh, it's deeper in. Okay,
Yeah.
then I don't do that. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
All right. I make my way over to the bees that are doing their thing, and I'm just gonna take a little bit and just throw it at the plants and do my little buzz wiggle. It seems to be working to some degree. Let's try it again.
Yeah, sure.
All right. That's an 8.
You throw it in there. It does that same thing where the plants violently attack it, and they destroy a bunch of themselves in trying to get rid of this fungus, and the bees are not paying any attention to
I
it.
just start hand printing them as they go by me.
Yeah, you can take... How long do you want to spend doing this?
I don't know what the rest of them are doing, and I don't have spells or anything to prepare. So, like, I'm just doing my stretches, and when I see one going by me, I just go, that.
Okay.
Who wanted the magic items we got? We got a cloak that's essentially a
I think I have the
You have the
elven
cloak.
cloak. Okay, you got that?
Yep,
And then
the
there
Cloak of
was
Shadows.
a
They.
ring.
I think I have it marked down who got what. Let me double check. I think
The
you might have
ring.
gotten the ring.
I think we were
No,
talking
it was
about
possibly going to
I
Honey.
think it was going to
Honey
Honey.
getting the ring.
Oh, yes. I don't have it written down. I thought I did.
Yeah, I think Honey was getting the ring because
Yeah.
they seem to be getting beat up, and it's a good in close and getting beat up type.
Yes.
Yeah.
Cool. Just wanted to see if we'd check that out.
Mhm.
Cool. Oh, well.
Did I mark which armor I took today? Yes, I did. I'm so smart.
It's a new day.
Yeah,
It's a
so
new dawn.
yesterday or last session, I picked all my new spells and selected what things I had
Okay.
going.
Nice.
All right. Well, you guys have control of what you want to do.
We know which way we came into this area, and right.
Roughly, yes.
I mean, it's the opposite side that got ripped to shit.
I'm going to require a survival check.
Okay.
To take your bearing from somebody in the party.
Can I give help?
Can I give advantage because
Yep.
of my compass?
Yeah, you can do it with advantage.
That I totally remember that I have.
I love that compass. We will never let you live it down. That's an 8 and a 6. For survival is going to be a 12.
Yeah. Honestly, easy enough to
All right.
remember roughly where you came in. Go, okay, well, we were going at this. So you got a solid bearing entering into the shadows.
Mm-hmm.
Luckily for you guys,
Small kids make weird sounds.
luckily for you guys, there's no weird noises coming out from the distance, from the darkness you can't see into.
That's worse because we don't know what's out there.
But you guys can, start making a bearing towards where you believe the center of the woods to be.
Okay.
Is there any preparations that you guys want to make before going back into the woods?
Real quick, Ashkar.
Yep.
We managed to find one of these lovely invisible nets. Do you think you could make a launcher for it, perhaps?
Back at the village.
Fair enough, yeah. I've got an idea I want to talk to you about later. Wow.
Bath and bees.
Bath and bees.
Bath and bees.
It's helping. It has a small drawback, which is it seems to be making the vines focus on bapping the bees where you've bapped the bees, but it's working a lot better, and the bees seem to be getting less.
I think I'm going to
Hurt and
smack the
doing-
bees on the backside.
Yeah.
Smack
at
that
least-
bee bottom booty.
At least the I almost said the thorn. The stinger is back there, so...
I don't know, it seems like most of the bees have been doing their thing with their mandibles.
Yeah, they don't
That's
have...
true. I don't want to smack some bee mandibles. I have concerns about what would happen to fingers.
Even a very friendly bee just is going.
Schnicked.
Yeah, that would be a missing hand real fast.
I would technically have to make you new fingers.
You would technically have to make me new fingers. You owe me that.
Yes,
I
I
would probably
do.
wait until I was missing a limb.
Wow.
Still feels like a win-win idea then. I mean, just
Bitching robot hand.
yeah.
Thistle's pretty attached to their limbs.
You know, I'd hope so.
But yeah, I don't have anything to do. I've got my fire. I've got. We still have the No, I threw the alchemist fire and then we exploded it.
I think I still have an alchemist's fire.
Can I get a sense of how close to the center we are?
Honestly, not without going into the woods. Not without stepping through the boundary. Because you are in this clearing that is sort of devoid from the that sense of unease and nervousness. So you would have to take a step in to try and figure it out.
On the other hand, I'm real quick going to try and climb a tree. In the center that the hive is built around.
Yeah.
Just stay well away from any entrances down into the hive.
Roll me an athletics check.
And climb up this tree. That'd be a 16 plus... athletics, not acrobatics?
Athletics.
Athletics. That'd be a 16.
I would say easy enough, but it's hard to do. This is one of those just massive, massive trees. But the bark is sort of rough and cracked enough that you're able to find easy hand and footholds. It's just you're climbing this big round surface. There's not a lot of rest points. You can go as high up as you want.
Just go 30 feet above the rest of the forest
Yeah,
ceiling.
you can get a good vantage point. It's just there's no branches for a long way up still.
Once I can get there, I'd like to try and see out and look towards the horizon and see if I can see the delineation between this affected zone of the forest and use that to get an approximation of where the center might be.
Roll me a perception check.
Okay.
We also did a travel around the other day.
Perception. That is only a 12.
You're having a hard time seeing the end of it.
Yeah. Hard to get a look around as I'm holding on to this tree.
It's hard to get a look around, but also, close up, it's very clear that it doesn't look right.
Mm-hmm.
That you're seeing trees and there's light on the top, but then there's this just deep black sharpness under the lower branches, and it seems to stretch out further than it should.
Mm-hmm.
And so nearer to you, it's very easy to see that something's wrong. And further away from you, it's easy to see that something's wrong. And very far off in the distance, looking to the south, on the tree line, it looks somewhat normal, but you're having a very hard time. You can't locate that line.
Got it.
Where it goes from shadow to normal, but it is far. You're still on the, I think, north side of where you think the center is. What did you say you rolled? A 12?
Yeah.
With the 12, I think the only other real information you get is that I think it verifies the survival check that you are going in the right direction, and that you think you're within a day's travel of the center.
Okay. In that case, I'm going to shimmy on back down.
Yep. Roll me another athletics check. Low DC on this one. Just don't fuck up.
Roll that one.
No whammies, no whammies.
That's
Hey.
an 8.
You needed a 5.
Yay, you didn't fall to your death.
This time.
Yeah, you're able to
humanity
climb
guy.
down. I think you get down to the bottom. You're like, oh, wow, I'm not used to holding
Arms
my.
are just
Yeah, you're getting
shaking.
that little arm shakes with it. Yeah. You're just like I'm glad I only went 30 feet up this time.
Still going in the right direction. Can hardly see anything up there, though. So, shall we?
Let's go.
Yeah, we got a witch to bust.
All right.
All right.
You walk to the edge of the clearing. You all go to take that first step into the forest, and you all find yourselves having a hard time taking that step in. No rolls needed, no saves needed. You're all able to cross that line, but each one of you would notice sort of a feeling of hesitation, of nervousness that would, maybe it doesn't actually stop you in your tracks. Maybe you push forward through it, but it's the kind of thing that if you don't, mentally choose to push through, it would stop you in your tracks for a second before you actually go and push yourself to take that step. So I'm not sure exactly how each of your characters would respond to that emotional sort of wave, but...
Deep breath and a deliberate step.
Pull the hood up on the Cloak of Shadows.
Smart move.
Let's get to it then. And, shoulder.
So you guys walk in. You can see. Because Ashkar is providing
I was
such
going to
lovely
say.
light.
Yeah, I was wondering.
Yep. Your
Even
armor...
ensconced in the cloak?
It's sort of like glowing out from beneath the flow and
That
like where it's
honestly looks
open.
very cool.
It's
They've
very
got some
cool.
underglow going?
Yeah, you got like, because when it folded up, the lichen that was all over the back kind of got turned into a paste and
Nicely
smeared
coated all
around
over
and then
them.
unfolding, and it just
I'm liking that look.
They're simply radiant.
I hate both of you.
Yay!
I know you do.
So, from your first couple of days of travel in the woods, you notice that the shadow sort of ate light more than it should have.
Mm-hmm.
The glow is not super strong. It's probably 5 or 10 feet of light, but it feels cleaner around Ashkar. With that sort of little light
Interesting.
bubble around Ashkar and just being coated in the lichen.
Should I stop and clean this off?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
In fact, we might want to have those vials on handy.
Yeah, I'm thinking it might be worth testing to see if...
I was going to save these for scientific study.
We can definitely save some for scientific study, or come back and visit the bees.
Save it for scientific study, if we're alive to study it scientifically.
That is an excellent point.
Besides, now you know where a hive is. And you already knew where one was, didn't you?
What?
Wasn't there a second hive that didn't, when we first encountered them, didn't you say you already knew?
No, I said I knew.
Oh,
Brother Bernard
right.
made
Bernard.
Manabee mead once. Traded
Right.
from somebody who traded. I know, like,
Of them.
vaguely in what direction from the monastery, but that's about it.
You'd also seen one on the mountain, and interacted with one on the mountain before, and there were rumors around town that there was a Manabee hive up in the mountains. To the
Yeah,
north
but
somewhere.
I have no confirmation about that.
Yeah.
I've seen one, but that was the extent of my knowledge.
To be trying to sneak.
As best we can.
Much as possible with the light, but yeah.
Alright. Everybody roll a stealth check.
Mechanics question.
Yep.
So I have, I'm currently using my infiltrator armor, which gives me advantage on stealth, which negates my heavy armor disadvantage on stealth. Advantage on stealth doesn't stack, right? So the advantage from the cloak doesn't give me advantage.
Also, it wouldn't
Because
give you advantage because of the disadvantage because of your glowing. You got advantage and disadvantage twice, so you're just going to have
I'm
a
just
flat
straight.
roll.
Okay. That's fine.
Are you?
I was going to say, I don't think you nor your character are.
Character I know less about.
I got a 7.
Well, that went well.
Stealth. That would be a 21.
11.
11?
7.
7.
7.
7.
21.
21.
Do we
We're probably
want
muttering to
roll
each
for
other about
honey,
mana.
Sorry,
or-
22.
Yeah,
Yeah, somebody roll for
experiments.
honey. Who's in
definitely
charge of
good.
honey?
With disadvantage.
Fuck.
I know
I'm definitely
paladins.
loudly
then
complaining
he should
and
roll.
theorizing as we walk through
And
the
not take my
woods.
4.
As a 12 plus...
Does honey have disadvantage on...
what is their armor type?
Plate?
Chain, so yes.
So we'll take the 4.
Oh, I mean, if I'm going to roll it, I might as well roll it.
Alright.
So 7. Dex is a 0, so that'll be a 7 for honey.
Alright, so 3 7s,
That's
21,
lucky.
and a... What did you have again?
11.
11.
22, actually, I miscounted.
How dare you?
I know, right?
Road's gonna roll.
You, move into the woods. That strong feeling of unease and just overwhelming pressure just sort of washes over you. And, what is your marching order?
Well, he's behind me.
Yeah.
Although, can you see well enough? With the
Yeah,
glow?
notice that I can see.
You can't see well enough to see outside of the group,
Mhm.
but you can see well enough in the
I'm-
group to be able to move.
I'm hanging at the very back, and I'm staying just on the edge of where I can see, so I can watch everything that's going around.
Dr.
on the
Typhoon
group.
is where I can see him. So,
Okay.
wherever he sits, I will be somewhere I can
Ashkar
see.
and Honey are probably
Up front?
Center, yeah.
center. Maybe Honey in back with Telavir and Ashkar up front with Thistle.
Okay. So just for a sense of scale, your vision is you've got like a little bit of a bubble around Ashkar that you can see, and so if you're just on the edge of that, you can't. It pitch black behind you, just nothingness, and then forward is.
I'm relying on not being seen by anything that tries to ambush the party, so that way if it ambushes the party, it's in the zone that I can see it.
Yep.
Nice.
We'll see how that works out.
We'll see how that works out. I might just disappear.
He might not see it.
Which would make him disappear. Yeah.
Not that we've ever had that happen to one of our companions before.
Never!
I'm just behind or next to Ashkar as we're
Alright.
both loudly complaining and theorizing as we walk through the woods.
So those two up front, me, Thistle, or Telavir and Honey in the back.
Sure. So you guys are moving through the forest. Everybody give me a perception check.
Whoa, okay.
Okay, I'll
Yeah.
take that.
Yeah, hell yeah, perception.
11. No, sorry, 15.
23.
19.
Natural 20 for a 20.
But it's natural.
The two of
Yes.
you, that would be Dr. Typhoon and Telvir, start hearing faint burbling about an hour into your walk. really faint, sort of forward and to your left a bit. Sounds like running water.
There seems to be a stream ahead, forward to the left. Do we want to try and follow that in? I imagine whatever home there might be in here would probably be near us. It's that weird warbling
What
sound.
a very strange bird.
Right?
This will puts their staff of meadows back. Mark off a charge. No, everybody checks their phone.
Professionals.
Mine was set to vibrate, so thank you, Roderick. I mean, how big does it sound?
Stream, probably cross it in a few paces.
It doesn't. It sounds like a small creek, but it sounds far away, very faint, sort of muffled.
I'm gonna leave it at what I said.
Okay.
Might be worth sneaking up on it.
Cover any of our sound.
That's a good point.
And might make any light coming from you a bit harder to see if there's a gap in the canopy.
If anything, it would be good to investigate what effects these strange environments have on the water around here.
Nothing good, I'd imagine, but yes.
Yeah, if it's anything like the crystal stuff.
Wow.
Let's not drink
Then
the
that's
water.
going to be incredibly interesting. Get out more sample vials. This is going to be good.
There's two of them. Glasses.
So you all make your way forward. You can try and pivot
Yeah,
a little bit
I'm
to
gonna
make it
sort
towards
of
the.
walk across the group a little bit and just sort of pay attention and see if I can pinpoint the best direction to walk in.
It's not very far off of your path
Okay.
to get to the stream. You guys make your way there. Takes 15-20 minutes. Within 10 minutes, the whole group can hear it. It's very white noisy, just that faint little burble. And then you guys all come across it. It's a small. There's not really even a tree break above it. It's a small, clear stream, sort of running through.
No tree break, so no light.
Not particularly. There's a little bit of one, but it's not big enough for the shadows to not overtake it.
Yep.
Does it look like it's running off of the main river based on where we came from?
Hard to tell.
Fair enough.
Roll me a survival check.
If anything, it'll be running
Does it
into
look
it.
corrupted
19
in any way?
plus 4 is going to be 23.
It doesn't seem like it.
Running into it.
It seems like it's mountain spring sourced somewhere in the woods that is running towards the river.
What are the chances that somebody living in the middle of the woods would build their house on the top of a spring?
I would think rather good, or at least somewhere near it.
Does
Water
it
is an
look
important
corrupted
resource.
in any way?
Not particularly.
Okay.
Chug, chug.
Actually, roll me an investigation check.
I want in on this. No, no.
Did it get stuck in there?
Yeah.
No, it went up here.
Oh,
It landed in his, it was a 3.
Oh,
Well, what was
this-
the one that actually rolled through the tower?
A 5. So that's a total.
And,
that's a total of an 8.
16.
16? It doesn't appear to be infected, but it is still sort of... It doesn't appear to be particularly corrupted compared to the darkness and the shadow of everything else. The just weirdness of the light and how light works in this forest right now is doing some weird stuff to the reflections on the water. But as far as you can tell, it does not seem to have any sort of corruption. It seems to be clear water.
I'm gonna pull out some of my camping kit. I have a small little sort of half bowl plate thing.
Yeah.
Slide down the embankment, scoop it up a little bit, and just pour it out so I can see if it's running clear or running really dark or whatever.
It's running clear.
Seems okay.
The other thing you would notice, are you just dipping it in, not worrying about...
I'm keeping it off of me, but I'm not worried about the bowl.
Okay. It is very, very cold. The bowl is very cold after touching it. Almost like... You would say that the water feels like it's below freezing, and the only reason it is not ice is because it is continually moving.
Interesting.
As you pour some of it out, there is frost on the inside of your bowl.
Hey, magic people. I'm gonna dunk the bowl and hold it for 2 or 3 seconds, and pull it up, and be like, "That's not normal, right?"
And it starts just forming ice on the outside of the bowl.
Nature or Arcana check?
Either one.
I'll go Arcana.
I'll go
for
Nature.
Me. 17. Arcana.
Not one.
Oh.
It's winter.
It might have something to do with the shadow effect. You said Arcana 17?
Yep.
If there was a lot of particulate in this water, the only way for this to be natural is for it to be incredibly pure and clean, because the particulate would cause the water molecules to slow down more and form ice. So this is either magical or incredibly clean water.
Have we got 10 minutes?
I mean, it's probably another day until we get there, so sure.
All right.
Probably.
I will
Start,
post lookout.
Likewise.
start the ritual. We'll get out.
Alright, part of the ritual involves pushing that box over to where I can reach.
Which spell are you casting? Detect or identify?
I'm doing detect magic.
It is non-magical.
Can I push that back over, or do you want another one? Okay. It can't be near me.
That's fine.
I don't have the willpower. Not for cheese and mint and vinaigrette.
I think it's just really clean water.
No, that's good.
Shall we follow it upstream, see where it leads?
See how it's purified.
Well, if it's a mountain spring, it would be naturally very, very pure.
Unless it is full of crystal.
Yeah. I don't think we'd find what we're looking for there. So unless we're looking to find an ally or something, the only thing I could think is that perhaps it wasn't the shadow plane wasn't the only thing that was pulled through. In which case we might find an ally there, but I don't know that we would, or that it would be more than a waste of time.
Does upstream lead us away from the direction we were heading? These strange birds.
Very strange birds.
The birds of the Shadowfell have very
Yeah.
haunting calls.
Very.
Strangely musical.
Yeah.
Haunting, I said.
Haunting.
Thistle
So,
snacks their staff.
such haunting.
Bad.
No, downstream is towards the...
Then I
Downstream feels worse to walk towards, so you surmise that
So
downstream
upstream,
is
okay.
towards the center of the corruption, or...
Roger that.
guess- Shall we keep going?
I think we should.
Let's go. Careful not to step in it. That looks really cold.
Oh yeah.
are you moving up or downstream?
Downstream
Downstream?
towards the spookiness.
Okay.
Or in the direction of the
Yeah.
spookiness. So if that is not directly downstream, it is.
But we'll follow the stream for now.
Honestly, moving downstream, it feels like you're moving pretty close towards
Okay.
The right
Spook
direction.
City.
Spook City or not, the water is definitely a good resource to have. The hags would want to be near it.
So you all walk for about another hour.
Mm-hmm.
It is feeling worse and worse and worse to walk towards. The stream, keeping it to the left of you, continues to burble. It continues to be clear and clean. As you're, sort of breaking through the snow and moving along. I need everybody to roll me a charisma saving throw.
This will go well.
Interesting choice.
Oh, okay. I can live with that.
Natural 20 for a
Charisma
22.
saving throw.
Charisma saving throw.
Gnome cunning is what advantage, or
This is a magical effect, so you would have advantage on this.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. That's the same thing you rolled the last time.
it's better than nothing. A 10.
11.
17.
Okay. Can you roll for honey?
Oh, yeah, of course. Wow. 19.
It's almost like she's charismatic.
And that's her preferred saving throw.
Do you want me to give you a fancy die just for honey?
These are the ones that Grace gave me.
Oh.
And they're very paladin-y.
Yeah.
So,
And golden.
Yeah.
So, the two of you with a 10 and an 11?
Yeah.
You get the strongest sense that something is right behind you, staring into the center of your shoulder blades.
I'm gonna just sort of, I'm going to just sort of pull out my dagger and just, start going through the motions of, like, cleaning my fingernails like it's an idle urge ticket to try and catch a reflection off of the blade and see if I can see anything over my shoulder.
Roll me a perception check at disadvantage.
9.
Okay. What did you want to do in response?
Protection from evil. Just cast a spell.
Give me a second. I want to look up what the,
Casting requirements?
no.
I think probably has the same question I do of whether it affects an area around me or just me. In previous editions, it was like a radius.
We don't have our
I
books
don't
out
believe
today.
it's or.
We don't.
Buckwild.
Do you want me to grab those?
Yeah, I believe they were just right behind you on the shelf. And
They
while
are,
he was
but
looking
more
those up,
myself.
do we want to angle the cameras a little bit down? Because there's a lot of torso and
A lot of headroom.
ceiling and a lot of camera.
You are correct. Can you
Can
grab
you do
that
us-
camera and just tilt hold my fingernail a little bit?
Let them see my sheet. Let them see my sheet.
Oh yes, that auto white balancing. It's real bad.
Better?
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Yeah, I am blinding.
My notebook.
And I can see my cool shirt. And your cool shirt. I love that hoodie, by the way.
It's so cute. I got it from
my
Box
shirt, too.
Lunch. Yours
Yes,
is
your
also
shirt is good.
cute, but mine's fuzzy and warm
And Totoro.
and Totoro. Thank you very much.
I want this too.
Well, I'm over here in active wear.
Active way.
But you look
But-
so good.
Yeah, but your
Your eye
eyeshadow
game
game
is
is
on
on
point.
point.
I know. I was like, I don't feel like wearing something nice. I have to compensate with makeup.
I was
Much
like,
to my
I feel like
regret.
being comfy.
Alright,
I'm
what
gonna
is
be
this?
adorable.
Protection from
Protection from good or
evil and good.
Carlos, if you want me to print you a set of the spell cards
Oh my
like
gosh,
I use,
that'd be amazing.
I found a free website. I can print them.
Oh.
That's nice.
Up to 10 minutes concentration, touch range. So
Give me a saving throw with advantage. Charisma saving throw with advantage
Alright.
when you cast that.
Try again. Better. 19.
19. Okay.
Yeah.
You feel your spell cut off the gaze looking at your back.
Interesting. Yeah.
You feel that, like, something is, that sense that something's staring at you, looking at you, and you cast your spell to protect yourself, and just as soon as your spell comes into effect, that feeling that something is viewing you just gets cut off.
Not being able to distinguish anything, I'm gonna start quietly moving forward and just whispering, "There's something behind us, watching us."
I'm going to glance surreptitiously over my shoulder. Yeah.
Roll me a sleight of head check.
I'm
But
just
the-
gonna turn around blatantly
But the
and look.
sensation left
Natural
once
20
I,
for a 24.
once I cast the spell, right?
The sensation cut off for you once you
Right.
cast the spell.
I don't know what just
Natural
happened.
20 for a
Right, right.
24.
I can't see anything.
I'm gonna say that you managed to get a good, solid look behind you. There's nothing there as far as you can tell.
Ashkar, Dr. Typhoon?
25 on Arcana. Is it a scrying spell?
It appears to be some sort of a scrying spell, you think.
Okay.
It is likely a scrying spell cast by an aberration, celestial, elemental, fey, fiend, or undead, based off of your spell.
Alright. A dark power is trying to view us magically. They're trying to see us from wherever they are using a spell.
How far out can they see him? Like, from where he is, how far out do they see him?
As soon as you ask that, I'm just going to start fading from the group until I'm as far away from all of you as possible.
Well, I meant, can we cover him in such a way that the eye is blind?
What does a 25 on Arcana tell me about the available scry spells?
There are a ton of different scry spells, depending on the power of the scry spell or ability. It could be that you're just getting a vague sense of an individual, or you would get a view of that individual and the people around them. Depending on the spell, it would be something like, if you threw a blanket over them, you would either be able to see that, you'd be able to see, they're under that blanket, or it would be, I can't see out because I'm now trapped under the blanket. You would know also that a lot of times, on some of these scry spells, there is actually a source of the scry spell that is summoned near you, and you would know that it would be invisible in most situations.
Was that visible or
invisible? But detectable by...
So that with 3 times more words.
Possibly. How far away from the group are you at this point by the time he finishes?
I think he said it was a 10-foot light aura on...
Yeah.
So, 11 feet. So I can see them glowing, but that's about it.
Dr. Typhoon, what does invariable refraction non-viability mean in this instance, or any instance, actually?
It means he's overcomplicating it.
Well, if you assume the air viscosity in your local region...
just what does that phrase mean?
Telavir, I know what you're trying to do, but it's not worth getting separated.
With an intelligence check of dirty 20, it means it's invisible.
Thank you.
He's overcomplicating it. What about this? I walk in the stream bed, or next to it to keep my feet from freezing off.
Yes.
You guys walk a little bit away so you can hear it, parallel it that way, and if something happens, I'll scream.
Dr. Typhoon, did you scream when you were kidnapped by spiders?
No, it was far too quick.
I'm a lot stealthier than you.
He has a point.
Which means you'd be a lot quieter if you got taken.
I would be less likely to be taken.
She also has a point.
Unless you guys want me to stick with you.
I mean, you're not leaving my
Let's
side.
just stick together and keep going. What else can we do?
They already got a glimpse of us.
The power that's extending its sight is either centering its effect through a discrete connection to ourselves, a discrete connection to the environment, or throwing brute force magical will across a small distance. In either event, this isn't really something you can hide from.
Is that sound getting louder?
No.
Have we heard anything?
No.
No? What direction... Hold... For the sake of the other people of the party. Hold on.
You hear that too?
Yeah.
Get back here.
I'm moving in a little closer.
Sounds like wind? But we haven't heard wind.
I think we need to move
You guys
to
can't hear it.
conclusion and get done quickly.
Can I roll an Arcana or Religion check to see if I know of a creature that would sound like wind? Or a spell that would sound like wind?
Yeah, go for it.
Dr. Typhoon.
Besides that. I'm going for Arcana on this one. That is a 24.
Nothing particularly comes to mind. There are a number of spells that create wind, such as control weather or even cantrips. And an individual's magic can be can take many forms. So the same style of spell could take many forms. This could be potentially a messaging spell, but it doesn't really feel that way. You're having a hard time getting more information because you can't hear the wind right now.
Let's keep moving quickly.
To answer your question, the wind seems to be coming from the direction you guys were walking towards.
Okay, well, into the breeze.
I'm
Once more.
gonna try to stick closer to you. It can't see me anymore. It can't see me anymore while my spell's active. So it will lose where I am. So I should be... Just teach me how to hide or something.
Well, first, shut up.
Difficult.
I've got some rope.
Nice.
I'm gonna try to start covering our tracks like I did a couple sessions ago, but totally forgot about when we left the mana bees.
Oh,
Sure.
yeah!
Roll me a quick survival check to see how well you do with that.
Okay, that's not terrible. I believe that's a 17. Yes, 17.
Okay.
I can take the survival check to lead the way. If that's
You
anything.
are sticking next to the creek.
Okay,
If you're sticking next to the creek,
there's a straightforward path.
it's very, yeah.
8.
Well, it's a bit windy.
Yeah. It doesn't actually appear to be winding that much for a creek. It's pretty fast moving, even though it's a sort
Sure.
of small.
It's a fast-moving
But-
stream.
I feel like you're making a reference that I have not gotten, so...
That's the first one. We'll come back to it.
Okay, noted. Your dungeon master will remember that.
Cheers.
At this point, as we're going along, weapons are out.
That makes sense.
I've got my shield out.
When my spell runs out, do I immediately have to make another...
No.
Okay.
Your spell runs out. You don't feel the eyes on you. You
It's
continue
not
to feel
looking
the
at us
eyes on
anymore.
you. No, you've continued to feel
Yeah.
eyes on you. You
Or I can't recast it.
haven't felt that gaze reacquire you. But it becomes uncomfortable. You know the feeling of like when something's not quite right in your clothing and they don't quite fit right, and you just feel you can't get like a shirt that should have felt like comfortable to wear to sit quite right. You start to get that sense and feeling, all of you, after 15 minutes or more of walking, just in general from the environment around you. It's not quite itchy, but it's just, it doesn't sit well.
Right, sooner done, sooner out of here. Yes?
Yes.
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 Let's go.
We're gonna abandon stealth and just hurry.
I don't want to abandon stealth. I would like us to continue stealthing.
Okay.
If that's cool with everyone.
Stealth
So
is good.
you continue moving forward, and up ahead, you see that there is a small pond that the creek feeds into. And there's a clearing around the pond. And there's this very strong feeling that it is a bad decision to step out into that clearing. That you all just know in your bones that to step out into that clearing is a bad idea.
Is there anything in the clearing aside from the pond?
Roll me a perception check.
How wide is this clearing?
Not very wide.
That's going to be a 14.
Do we
Yes,
have
14.
30 feet? 40 feet?
We have 10 minutes.
You said that you had a 14?
14.
There looks like there's a tree that has sort of fallen over against another tree at first glance, and when you take a closer look, there is a small little sort of lean-to hut built up and into this, large tree that has fallen over. It looks like it's the same style of tree as the one that the manabee's nest is built around, but significantly younger and smaller when it fell over. And there's very obvious signs of rot in the wood that's sort of making the top of this sort of like a little A-frame building that just seems to be ramshackle and set into it. There's a small stump next to what appears to be a campfire with a cook pot. There's 3 small stumps sitting around there, and what appears to be a small little pier that goes out into this small dammed pond that, contrary to the water rushing into it, is half frozen and brackish, and you can't see into it.
Question.
There appear to be some stands at the end of that for some fishing poles. And there is a... did I say there was a pot on the
Hanging
fire?
over the fire,
Yeah.
Is there a fire in the fire pit?
There is not a fire in the fire pit.
Are
It
there-
doesn't appear to be any motion that you can see in the
Is
clearing.
there any glowing mushroom in the fire pit?
No.
Okay, cool.
So you see that.
I will, as quietly as Thistle is able, I'm gonna take a few steps back and just be like, alright, so this is what I'm seeing. I'm trying really hard to do the whisper thing.
At this point, all of you can hear the wind, and it seems like it's coming from... It seems like it's a strong wind at this point that's coming through the trees to the south, from, like, directly opposite the clearing from you.
Can we step into the trees and take 10 minutes?
Let's.
Alright. I'm gonna
Circle
start
around to the back of the house.
casting Detect Magic. Ritually.
Everybody roll me another charisma save.
Dang it.
Sorry, guys. Okay. That's not terrible.
That is a nat 20 for Honey, and
Nice.
that's a charisma.
26?
12 for me.
Okay.
12 for me also.
12 for
27.
me.
15. I rolled the dice a second before you triggered that, and it was an 18, and then I rolled a 13. 15.
So, 2 or 3 minutes into your spell, all of a sudden, everyone except for Thistle and Honey feel this strong sense of being watched. And a second afterwards, the two of you seem to... Telvir and Thistle? Telvir? Thistle? You think you see motion out of the corner of your eye in the clearing. When you look back, you can't see anything there. A minute or two later, you would all hear a voice sounding as if it's coming through the wind, like as if the wind is speaking to you. So it's hard to tell if it's a voice. Are you applicants? I need new sisters.
Not sure all of us fit the bill for that.
No. Only 2 of you really fit.
Did that change? I'm gonna ask if the number changed. I've done something. Did the number change?
That's okay. I don't talk to food generally. I'm glad you were brought, though. I'm quite hungry.
Do you like that line? And like, I feel like there's some immediate moment of gendered confusion. Wait. What? Anyway,
It's rude to sit on the doorstep. Come in.
No, but just show yourself.
7 minutes to go.
we're just enjoying the
That's
breeze.
a bit difficult at the moment.
Oh, why is that?
Roll persuasion at disadvantage.
I missed the question.
Can Honey assist?
No, honey cannot assist you.
I assist?
No.
'Cause okay.
You're not talking.
That is
Frantically still
persuasion.
casting. Probably won't
That is
finish.
a 16. We're charming folks.
You might not be food. I always could use servants. The queen could use a servant. Yes.
Queen. Who's this queen? We haven't heard of a queen before.
And then, sort of loudly filling the clearing, I am the queen of shadows and the queen of this forest.
Majesty. Very elegant, flourished about. How wonderful to meet you. I'm
Stop
sorry
staring
to
at
have
a
wandered into your
very
crush.
strong wind goes and just rocks the trees back, blows back the vegetation, and sends a chill deep through all of you. With this voice. Some of you, this voice sounds familiar. This voice sounds like the voice that was talking through the hounds.
Mm-hmm.
So she know us. Hello.
You are one.
Of several people here? Yes. Yes, I am.
No, I smell power from you.
They
I just
are.
start.
sure.
I just
They
start
are.
flexing. I do some cool little punches. Can I do a backflip to impress?
Roll acrobatics.
Do a backflip.
Do a flip.
That's an 11 plus 6. That's a 17. I just do a series of cool backflips.
They got style.
I mean, guns don't exist, but I do got them here.
Ashkar looks up from a gun.
Are you
And the wrong kind of artificer.
jesting?
I have had a lot of jobs, but gesturing has not been one of them.
I was
How many
really
more-
confused as to what the fuck you were
I'm
doing because it
sorry.
looked like you were like pulling out a slingshot or something. To
I know,
aim
I
at me.
thought do
And
it
I
like
just,
I'm
like-
drawing
I
a
thought the
bow.
spell was ready, and I was like,
No, I'm still casting.
Oh no, you've got like 5 minutes left on that spell. This has not been a very long
I
conversation.
That's
genuinely
We're stalling.
don't even think I'm gonna finish it, but as long as you guys are stalling, I'm gonna
we
keep
are
going.
actively stalling. That is what we are doing. So thank you for moving that timer along.
Yeah.
And just so it's on the books, Honey is hanging back with a ready-to-action to cast Channel Divinity Sacred Weapon.
Okay.
Just so it's on the books.
Yeah, I've had a lot of jobs, but gesturing hasn't been one of them. I've been told that I'm not very funny.
You know, that's not.
I would
always the
agree.
case.
Maybe you are not fit to be part of a coven.
Well, what are the qualifications though?
You
So this isn't very efficient, is it?
could be part of a coven. You have the power.
What power?
We're either supplicant sacrifices or food. So
No, there's a third option.
Supplicant sacrifices and food is 3 options.
Still,
Casting, still
I'm
casting.
sorry. It's been a day.
I got up like 2 hours ago.
It's been a day,
Fair.
week, month. I don't know. It's cold.
Make a wisdom saving throw, please.
Please.
Ooh.
Ooh, boy. That'll be an 11.
11.
Quiet, you. Whew. So you remember what we talked about the other day? What do you look like right now?
My usual form is that of a satyr with
Leonine.
horns, sort of a not dissimilar scruff to this, but a bit more filled out around the mouth, with
Digitigrade legs.
that one, thank you, of some large cat type entity.
Thank you, Anthropon.
Poofy. Poofy tail.
Cool. What do you look like right now?
Older gentleman, salt and pepper, full human, very clean shaven except for a very thin goatee, that's also salt and pepper. Skin that's seen a lot, both in terms of sun and stabby things. Eyes are that sort of pale blue that reads almost like white sometimes. Older figure, well built, but older and having been through a lot.
Alright. And when you got in trouble before, what were you dressed like?
Oh, buck-ass naked.
Ah, so you're that.
Yeah.
Ashgar pauses for a moment, looks up confused, and is like...
It's cold. It's
There is some
very,
serious shrinking.
very cold right now.
There's some serious shrinking.
I just go, sorry, and I pull the
And-
cloak off of you and onto Telly.
And you don't think you can change back.
Can I, I can still feel my rapier on my hip and my dagger on the other hip and the potion pouch?
You've got your gear there.
Mm-hmm. Clothes, not so much.
Clothes, not so much.
Well, now he's wearing the Cloak of Shadows.
Yeah, I just pulled it.
Okay.
I believe it requires
So-
attunement, so you can't use it. But...
Speaking of rudeness, I do agree lingering on the doorstep is rude, but stripping a man naked, that's rather rude. I get that you have, sovereign right and all such, but
If you wish to
still.
stay like that, keep talking.
Keep talking.
So again, I just want to circle back. What are the qualifications for an applicant? Or a supplicant? What was the word?
Supplicant.
A supplicant?
Applicant,
Sister?
I think-
Applicant?
I think you were an applicant.
Okay.
Strong arcane power, of course.
Well, there are only 3 of us who fit that bill.
Mm-hmm.
I think.
2.5.
2.5?
Honey might not count.
Right, there's a... Okay, yeah.
Divine.
Right. There is a difference between those two things. Okay. So is that the only qualification?
Will to rule, to be part of the trio. Coven, power,
Okay,
control,
so it's a trio.
drive, and you must be sturdier than my false past sisters. I could expand my power so much more if I had 2 more to stand by me who wouldn't perish at such a minor flaw. Would you be one?
Was this flaw a flaw in not your spell crafting. Sorry, in their spell
Get into the
crafting?
clearing to talk.
I glance over at Ashkar. Where's the
You
spell
got
at?
like 2 more minutes.
Look.
I will take.
Yeah,
I
okay.
will
When that's
take-
done.
I will take a step into the
Cool.
clearing.
Roll a wisdom saving throw, please.
I am. That's a 7 plus 2. That is a 9.
Yeah, you walk into the nice, warm,
Lord, goodbye, guys.
just very cozy tavern.
Mm-hmm.
And you walk up to the table to where your friend is.
No.
And you sit down. You can't remember her name for some reason, which is a little bit embarrassing for you.
Mm-hmm.
But no, your friend's there, and she hands you a glass of, what's your favorite thing to drink?
My favorite thing to drink is cider. Not alcoholic cider, but cider
A nice
brewed
spiced, warm cider.
by Brother Bernard.
Yeah, she hands you that. I'm so glad you decided to join. I'm so glad you decided to join me in this. I just needed 2 more people.
It is going to be a pretty interesting venture. I feel like I knew somebody who would... I feel like I knew somebody.
You can't remember why you're in here, by the way.
Yeah. Do you remember what I told you about Thistle? That's their worst nightmare.
I know.
Yeah. I can't remember.
Oh, if you need a minute, just sit by the fire. It's nice and warm. Just take a minute. So, the rest of you see Thistle, I'll get to that in a second, step into the clearing and just walk right over to one of the stumps around the cauldron. And, you know, you walk over, you are, you know, go, oh, you know, thank you, and you reach down and you have a bit of this conversation, and you reach down and you pick up this sort of grody carved wooden mug and dip it into the cauldron, and you're just sitting there sipping.
Nope, I didn't sip. Sorry, that was out of character that I was drinking my water. I was very nervous. Unless you're telling me that I was supposed to sip.
Here's the thing. If you're handed a thing of cider by a very good friend who you haven't seen in a long time, and it's nice, warm cider, and you're coming in out of the cold, are you going to take a sip or not?
This was going to take a sip, yeah, you're right.
So you're going to go ahead and take a swig.
Alright, fair enough.
Yeah, I mean, that's where it was.
Yeah,
and then you're freaking out a bit. And
I'm freaking out now and not sipping now, but I would have taken this. Yeah.
So I think you took a sip, and it was delightful and delicious and warmed you up, and then you're just sitting
and
there.
And now
like,
I'm having this.
Now you're freaking out, and she's trying to comfort you, and giving you a bit of space, but she's trying to comfort you, and you all are seeing this. I'll take a sip, and then just be like, "Oh my god!" And however you're physically
just like locked, frozen, staring sort of middle distance.
Yep.
I can't remember.
Your spell finishes.
Yep.
I'm gonna get more water.
Oh, can you grab me some as well, please?
Absolutely. Can I get water for anybody else?
No thanks.
Cool.
So, you were casting Detect Magic ritually, correct?
Yes.
There is a spell affecting Thistle. You roll me a perception check.
Okay. 16.
16. There is a shadow on Tulliver's back. That is, it appears to be a sort of hunched over, gnarled, stretched, elongated humanoid figure that's sort of creeping and just sort of holding on to Tulliver's back and, you know, reaching over, and you can see this outline in your vision, and you can't see anything
I'm gonna reach
else.
out.
Let me finish describing things before you give me your actions. I said there was there is a this silhouette of a humanoid figure sitting on one of the stumps next to Thistle. It's sort of like the largest of the three stumps, and it's got like it's a little bit more carved to be a slightly more comfortable looking seat. And then you see there are two sort of scars on the ground behind two of the chairs, the one that Thistle is sitting in, and one of the other like log chairs. That was very, very, very strong magic. That happened a long time ago, to the point where you're not able to determine what kind of magic it was, but you think that, like, if you're standing on one of those scars, whatever spells you cast would be fucked up. Like, it is, like, magic, pure mana damage, and the ether, and magic of the world in those like sort of blasts is burnt.
And that's in the clearing.
Those two are in the clearing. You are sitting on one of them right now. And yeah, there's this sort of hunched, sort of twisted creature on Televir's back.
Alright, can I reach out with my mana bee scum glowing gauntlet and slap it?
Is that it goes through or it goes?
Goes right through.
Yep.
Do you smack Televir on the back in the
Nope.
process?
I went,
Oh.
Nope, it goes. Yep, you can fully see this thing.
Do you have anything you want to do, Ron? Like right in that moment?
don't think so.
I'm gonna lean over to Honey and quietly whisper, can you cast Protection from Good and Evil? And they can. And I'm going to ask them to cast it on me real quick.
Okay.
She.
Well, sure, honey.
What happened?
Or
You're honey.
sugar. Whatever the hell she says. I can't do a southern accent to save my life.
Sure.
What does that do?
That... would give you... That will give you advantage on your next saving throw against whatever effect you're currently on.
Cool.
It doesn't give you an immediate save.
Cool.
Okay.
And then I'm going to try and walk in and see what's up with Thistle.
Okay. Yeah, roll me a wisdom save with advantage.
Wisdom? That's the wrong character sheet. That one, 16.
So you go ahead and walk into what at first appears to be this throne room.
Mm-hmm.
Or what was the room that you were caught in?
That I was caught in?
The one you were caught in. Sorry, it wouldn't be a throne room. The room you're caught in.
Well, it's more like a hallway, honestly.
Okay, so you walk into this
Very
hallway.
plush, nice stone carpet walls.
You
plush
take
carpet.
2 steps into this hallway. Have that horrifying fear, realization of, oh no, I have been here before.
Mm-hmm.
And then you realize that there shouldn't be those chairs aren't correct for this hallway.
Mm-hmm.
The hallway's not supposed to be this wide, and you sort of like blink your eyes and rub your eyes, and you can still see that hallway faintly superimposed over the clearing.
Gotcha. So I'm gonna walk up. You said there are 3 stumps?
There's 3 steps.
3 chairs, I assume, superimposed over each of those stumps. And I
Yep.
can see Thistle sitting in
Thistle
one of
sitting
them.
in
Do
one
I
of them.
see where Thistle is looking? I imagine Thistle is looking at
Thistle,
one
where are
of
you
the
looking?
chairs.
There's a nice warm fireplace in front of you. There's the chair that you're sitting in, which is a little bit plainer.
Mm-hmm.
There's this sort of like more ornate chair that your friend is sitting in, and then there's another plainer chair over on the side. You got your mug in your hand.
So if we're like almost sort of in a 3, I don't think I'm looking at her. Thistle isn't looking at her because that would be like, and that's very weird. And they're trying to collect their thoughts. So Thistle is probably looking closer towards the empty chair, sort of like at the corner of the table, is just like sitting there, sort of just like quietly, silently mouthing bits of words to themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Can I roll an insight to try and guess what they're seeing?
You can, but it's a disadvantage.
Absolutely, I'm all about it. That's a 13 and a 14. So, insight would be a 17.
They're staring sort of at the corner of this other chair that's empty.
But I'm looking like they're...
You're getting a sense that there's a lot of... I think you're picking up a pretty accurate depiction of how Thistle's feeling in this moment, but you're not sure what Thistle's seeing. You have no real way to...
But I'm guessing they're looking away from something. So I'm going to go ahead and sit down in the chair that you're kind of looking at.
Okay.
Which I think is the chair that doesn't have your friend in it.
Yes, that would be correct.
Alright.
Do I register him sitting down? Is he
You would
part of my
register...
illusion?
You would register that... Oh, you know, your other friend is coming to join you. And that's a good thing. There should be 3 of you.
Uh-huh. Do I remember their name? I don't know what I'm seeing of my friend.
Yeah, what do I look like to them?
You look like you look.
Buck-ass naked.
Just
With
like a
the
cloak.
cloak.
Yep.
Actually, you look
Style
down.
points?
You look down. No, there's no cloak. You're buck-ass naked.
Perfect.
No gear? Either?
I mean, it's there, but you
Not
don't.
in
It's
the
not there.
illusion.
Okay.
And that's what I see?
Yep, you see a buck-ass naked man. An older buck-ass naked man. Who's your
Who's
friend?
my friend?
He's
He's
weird. He just
sitting-
does this.
yeah,
You
okay.
know he does this.
I know.
This is normal.
This
This
is
is
normal.
Good.
This is normal. This is
Man,
good.
it's so much nicer that it's warmer
I
over
need-
here.
And-
Both of you to make con saves.
Oh, yes.
cool.
So
Um,
we need to know, is the spell focused on them,
That
or
is
is
fully
it the
cocked.
area that they're standing and enchanting? We need to know if it's what school of magic it is to
8.
figure out what the hell's going on with that.
Oh no!
22.
We need to figure out where the conduit is, because there should be a conduit, because they
Actually,
can't just be casting a spell
are
from
you
miles
still
away.
looking at them walking
Yes.
in there? Cool. I need you to make me a con save as well.
Oh boy. Okay,
I
I'm
mean,
not that
I
worried
am
about that.
too. If you
No. You don't
They're
have
doing
Because
it with the
Askar's
spell
looking when it
You don't
was
have
magic.
detect magic on.
21.
21. Cool. You are not temporarily blinded by the sheer magical force that hits these two. That is the wrong die type. You are not taking D20 damage.
Thank you!
I was just like, get a D20. That's the right number.
I appreciate the...
That is a 7. You take 7 force damage.
And
Okay.
I take 3, 4.
No, you don't take any.
Hmm.
You feel there's a lot happening. You feel full of power. Full of dark power.
That's weird.
You feel like if you just took in enough of this power, you could do anything you wanted. You could
I'm
have
straight martial. This feels weird.
you could have control. You've got the shadows are yours to control. They're yours to do with what you will. But it hurts. It is physically painful as you look down and like your veins are standing out in your arms as just sort of shadows of them are rippling across your arms. You're getting a lot of the similar things here.
Okay.
But instead of pulling shadows and sort of pulling this power into you, you are feeling this power sort of pull you out of yourself. You're feeling whatever has hold of you right now
Is sort of...
is pulling something out of you.
Okay,
How
so
does this affect the illusion? Is this something I feel, but the illusion stays
You
still?
can have another saving throw, charisma saving throw against the illusion.
alright.
You
Likewise?
see, not for you.
You
You
might-
succeeded.
Yeah, the casters have a lot of questions over here.
yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
we'll get to that
We
in 2
need
seconds.
some time.
It's a 14. Sorry, charisma, that's a still 14.
Something's not right here. You're remembering that maybe these aren't. Well, you're starting to see the you're looking around and focusing, and your mug is going from this nice carved wooden mug, and it's flickering to this sort of gnarled, nasty thing, and you're just getting flickers of the cold air blowing against you instead of the warmth of the fire. And so you're seeing you're not quite seeing through the illusion. You're not quite getting your memory of what's going on back, but you're getting this
Something's going on.
flicker, and it's like objects out of the corner of your eye are like going away, but when you look at them, they're back.
Gotcha.
And so that's happening until further notice.
Yep.
So this is happening. You two and Honey are all still on the edge of the clearing.
Alright, so I can see the hag, correct?
You can see a shadowy form. You see the magical outline, and there is a web and a net being woven in between the three of them, and you can tell that it's not balanced right. And you can see that there's a very strong, intricate spell being cast between the three of them right now,
We have to.
and it's not going well.
We have to interact this. Can I, if I point out
Where
the
is it?
scars on the ground by the seats, can I even see the seats?
The seats are there.
visible.
The seats are
Stumps.
carved stumps. The scars are only magical. They are only visible if you are, detecting magic.
Cast anything in this general area, it would go wrong. Quick, we have to attack the shadowy figure on the empty stump. And I'm going to cast Fairy Fire. I'm sorry I'm gonna hit you guys.
Everybody roll a...
Dex save?
Disadvantage?
So you show me which stump to target.
Yes, but I'm casting Fairy Fire to
it's
hopefully
the-
guide you.
Right.
It's
The
the,
empty
it's
one.
the empty stump.
Yeah, well, of course.
It is... So I can do it in a 20-foot cube. Maybe I can actually miss them and just get her on the corner of
You could just get the stump. The
Yeah,
one stump.
I'll just get the one stump.
Okay. The stump lights up.
Actually, no, I'm gonna get her and Televere.
Okay, roll.
I have reasons. No, you have a thing on your back. I'm kind of
That's
hoping.
fair. Okay, yeah, no, that's fair. What's the roll?
It is a dexterity saving throw against a 14.
Wrong character sheet. Dex. I think I'm good. That's a 17.
Yeah, the DC is a 14. I'm not that powerful.
So, you realize that there is a sort of shadowy clawed hand over your shoulder latched onto you that
That's
is
cool.
now outlined in...
Is that
Glowing.
supposed to be
glowing.
advantage or disadvantage? Because that's a D12.
No.
Okay, cool.
Yep. There's something on your back. You don't see
Okay.
it.
Hi?
Oh,
Actually, you could see
Oh,
this.
hi!
Oh, hey. Hello.
And
I manifest a flame me beside the empty beside
Excellent.
the empty thing.
nothing shows up on the empty thing. The stump is outlined. There doesn't appear to be anything there.
As I'm seeing this, I would like to go, I could use a real drink here. And I'm going to start, pulling out my hit flask and, pull out some potions and, start to take a drink. And one of the things I'm going to pull out is my vial of +1 magic weapon. And I'm going to sort of pop my rapier up and just sort of pour it into the sheath and hope that's good enough as I'm taking a drink.
So it's great that you're doing that, but we did
Yeah,
say that we
Fairy
were all
Fire is already
attacking
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
stump.
Yeah.
Fairy Fire was the
Alright.
first thing,
So, with that,
but
I think-
Honey and
we're going to go and take a break.
Yeah,
Fair
it
enough.
was about that time.
So, we will be back in... I can never remember how long the breaks are.
Allegedly
10
And
ten.
it'll be your problem in 2 weeks.
Hopefully.
I'll have
Alright.
things written down.
And And we're back.
All right. So,
And things are exactly the same as we left
Oh,
off.
oh,
Nothing
no,
has
where am I?
changed.
You know, we actually
legs.
didn't really give me a rundown of what happened. I feel bad. I should have said this. Like, I only saw that small section, so I really don't know what happened before
So,
or after.
We woke up in the Manabee area,
Okay.
and the Manabees are successfully rebuilding their hive and
Cool.
successfully taking down the Wall of Thorns. We tried to help them as best we could.
Mhm.
We did some Arcana checks and some climbing and some survival checks to sort of see which direction we needed to head to get deeper into the woods. While we were traveling deeper in the woods, Ashkar is just a giant glowing bumblebee bee. Because they accidentally put their armor away while it was covered in that lichen, and now it's all over their armor in sort of a blotchy. So they're just glowing. And then we found a stream, and while we were moving down the stream, we heard whispers on the wind, which directed us closer and closer to this clearing. Once we got at the edge of the clearing, we were trying to do some stuff, and then we heard a voice while Ashkar was casting Detect Magic as a ritual, and Telavir, Dr. Typhoon, and I were like, stall, 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 and managed to stall just long enough for them to get their spell off. But in an attempt to continue stalling and not piss off the voice, Thistle did step into the clearing, at which point I failed a save pretty fucking badly, and am now trapped in an illusion where I don't remember why I'm here, but my good friend is sitting on the stump next to me, and my other weirdo friend is sitting on...
The naked one.
Yeah, the
The
naked
naked
one
one.
is sitting across the table from me.
We
and
all have
I'm
that naked
having-
friend.
You
I'm
do.
just like sitting there being like... With my mug of brackish water that keeps changing back into cider, that keeps changing back into brackish water, the world is falling down around me. That's where Thistle is right now. I don't know about the rest of these fuckers. Oh, and these two cast Fairy Fire, and you're caught up on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
all right.
I had directed
Where we were.
you, Honey, and Dr. Typhoon to attack the empty stump and cast Fairy Fire to try and help you guys. So if there was anything you could do to that stump, you might have prepared it.
You have concentration on protection from good,
Good and evil. Okay, that's good to know that is
which
a
is cast on
concentration.
Telavir.
Yes, I know that's cast on Telavir, but I'd forgotten it's a concentration spell.
Up to 10 minutes.
Oh, I don't have a C next to it. That's why I don't know it's a concentration spell.
And the page right here if you need it.
Beautiful.
So, Fire You pops up.
Also randomly kicks into the stump at whatever's there. So it will be
Solid.
adjacent to stump
Yep.
and will also attack stump space.
Okay.
Jason, just stump in which direction?
The large ornate stump starts to smolder.
Alright.
Ashkar, you can see the shadow is not paying any attention to the fire. And with that, we're gonna not go into a normal initiative order.
Hey, I need to actually read my spells to decide if I had done anything. Because I just got told that I might have had something prepped, and then I haven't had a chance to look at any of my stuff or figure that out. So,
You might try Channel Divinity. That was the thing I was going to prep for you until I asked Honey to cast Protection from Good and Evil.
So I'll explain how this is going to work while we're waiting for Grace to take a look at her stuff. We're going to start on this side of the table, and we're going to go around in order, just going through in a circle for every set of actions when a thing happens. Right now, you two are in the middle of casting a ritual spell. You are not capable of stopping the cast. There's nothing you physically need to do, but if there is stuff that you want to do in terms of either trying to sabotage or enhance the spell, or things that you want to do with your own native magical powers, it's a shame that you two were the two who sat down first, isn't it? Well, if there's anything magical that you guys know how to do that you want to contribute to this spell, feel free. Oh, the monk and the rogue were the ones who sat down to try and join the Coven. Oh no.
In my defense, I stepped in to talk to
It's
her.
almost as if I thought this could happen.
Anyway, I
Ding.
feel like I don't know. I feel like Thistle doesn't know what is really happening just yet. Yeah.
I mean,
Okay,
the
good
two
to
of
know.
us were always going to stand back and study the situation, so...
Yeah, I mean,
it's
that's what you
absolutely
have.
gonna happen.
That's what you have the muscle for.
And the muscle is shredded.
The muscle is shredded. The muscle
Emotionally right now, yeah.
is also emotionally and physically and metaphysically getting shredded as well.
Do I have
So
any
my-
reason to suspect that there are any undead anywhere around here? Or that anything that we are dealing with is of an undead nature?
Not necessarily. You know that protection from good and evil is effective against these creatures, which might mean that they are... Undead is one of those categories, but it is not...
The only hit.
It is not
Yeah,
the only category.
many things are affected by
Nobody has
that.
asked any questions or done anything to try and determine if there are undead in the area or not.
Okay, then I'm gonna do what you were gonna do, Roderick, which is just channel divinity
Okay.
sacred weapon into my weapon as my sort of first thing I do before we get into this wackadoodle combat-y stuff.
Yeah. So, with that, the fire Dr. Typhoon is sort of burning the stump and just attacking the stump and swinging above the stump. You are seeing that this is not having a single effect, and the shadowy figure that is above the stump does not appear to be affected by this at all. With your detect magic. And what would you like to do? You are feeling something just pulling energy out of you is the best that I think you could describe it.
Okay.
as.
I put my mug down and sorry, it's so dumb.
Televir is his name.
Televir.
Yeah.
I know you.
Yes, you do. I don't usually look like this.
Okay, that does make me feel better because I was having a moment.
Oh yeah, we're totally under a spell. It's not going well.
Cool.
You just became very...
More information, please.
Resist.
All right. Dr. Typhoon, what would you like to do? You're not taking any actions, right?
No.
Okay.
Reaction that time. Just
Okay.
need to get up to speed.
So no one seemed to react to that.
You can't tell.
There's some kind of...
Ashkar probably could have told you that there's not been an effect
Right.
by your spell attack if you would have.
The fire is not affecting her.
But your fairy fire affected the thing on Televir's back, right?
It
Yep.
did.
Mm-hmm.
You can see it.
All right. And they're seated around some kind of thing in the middle, like a cauldron or a table or something.
A campfire with a cauldron on it.
Well, witches do love their cauldrons. So, since they're both technically in the same square, since it is attached to his back, I can be adjacent to you and screw up the cauldron. So, flame person basically goes in between everybody, just going in the middle of everyone, and then tries to strike at the thing on his back.
Cool. Couple things are going to happen. First thing that's going to happen is it's going to move into the center, and it is going to enter the vortex of where the spell is being cast. So I need you to make a concentration check for me, please.
Nice.
Your DC on this is going to be a 15.
Concentration. What is that?
That's a con save.
Con save. All right. I don't have anything I can throw into this. No. All right. 15. You said.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of an edge between two numbers.
That's also top.
Okay, let me remove half of this stuff.
This might make it easier.
There we go.
Yay!
No, that's a 10. That's.
So what happens is, What's the damage that your fire spell does?
2d6.
Cool. Roll me the 2d6, please.
All right.
Ruh-roh.
Yep, that's not going to be great. 9.
Oh, no.
9? Okay. Both of you are going to take 4 points of fire damage.
All right.
And what happens is, as the fire you sort of runs in the like middle of these 3 chairs towards the cauldron, it gets sucked up into these lines of this spell work that is being created, binding the 2 of you and this third figure that currently you can't see because you passed your save. You can see because you failed your save, and you can see the outline of because you have detect magic of. Actually, hold on a second. Is Fairy Fire concentration? Fairy Fire is concentration, I believe.
Oh, yeah. So I can no longer see her.
So yeah, I'm gonna say you are losing sight of her right now. But you would be able to see just in that last glimpse of it that the fire is weaving towards her, and she does react to the fire and appears to have been burnt by the fire. That it's been sucked up into the magic.
If they're casting
Damage?
a spell and took 4 fire damage, does that force a concentration check from them for the spell?
It will.
Yes, excellent.
And I say to the other 2 non-Mindscape people, it's like,
So we're gonna need a con save from both of you as well. You need to get a 10 to not fuck up the ritual at this moment.
well, so they want to not
11.
get that.
That's an 8.
All right.
Except the last thing that the other 2 became were smears on the ground.
Yep.
Well,
It was going to be 14, and it hit my dice. Evil, evil dice. Naughty, wicked, evil dice.
Actually, I know what that's gonna happen.
I
how
tell
that's gonna
them,
work.
the cauldron is the conduit. The cauldron is how the spell's working.
Ashkar.
Yeah.
You are up. Alright, so something you would like to do.
I am. Okay, so just a quick mechanics question. I'm assuming that because I myself am glowing, the cloak of it's on Teleview anyway. Never mind.
Yep.
Sorry.
They've already got people. Well, they probably already have the 2 of them, so it probably won't suck you into whatever.
I'm gonna.
Are you though?
I'm gonna shake my gauntlet. The gem on the back is gonna to life, and I'm gonna fire a bolt at the cauldron in the center.
Yeah, sure. Make an attack roll.
Oh, that's gonna make such a good sound.
That is not cocked. That is a 12.
A 12?
Wait, it's a 13.
A 13 is going to hit directly into the cauldron side. It is going to make a very loud, reverberating noise. What kind of attack is this?
It is, I think it's lightning damage. Let me just double check.
See, lightning or chaos, please.
Lightning damage.
Yeah, this bolt of lightning shoots out, hits into the cauldron, and you see the edges of it crackle as lightning shocks across it, and it doesn't appear to have had any effect. Anything else you want to do? You are seeing this. You're getting this weird overlap where looks like you're seeing lightning crackle across something that's not there in the fireplace.
Oh, the fireplace is like between us?
You're like sitting ringed like this in front of a fireplace.
Okay, I see.
And so there's like a sort of semicircle where there's chair, and then the cauldron, and there's this web getting brought in between you. But for you, it's a fireplace, and so you're seeing the crackle across the cauldron clearly through the illusion. But the cauldron's not there.
Points,
it's not quite 3 points.
It's not quite.
It's a semicircle facing the pond.
Did my spell get eaten?
Your spell is good.
Yeah. I'm going to start moving across the clearing.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Roll me wisdom save.
Yeah. That is a 19.
A 19. Okay.
In this ritual.
With a 19, you can feel a wave of some sort of phantasmal magic try to change what you're seeing, and you just, grit your teeth and shrug it off. And
Because I'm expecting it.
you're fully expecting it. You know what's coming. And in knowing what's happening, you don't even manage... it doesn't even take hold enough for you to see an image, a different alteration of what's there.
Alright, and I can move 35 feet.
Are you moving up to the group? You can move up to the group. It's not a large clearing.
I was actually kind of thinking of moving to the hut.
You would not be able to get to the hut this turn.
You thought it was a 30-foot radius clearing?
Yeah.
Okay.
What if you sprint or something?
You can't sprint. You've
I've
done
already
an
used my
attack.
action.
You can get close to the hut this turn.
Yeah.
Are you going to go around where the mana scars are?
Yeah, I don't want to walk over those.
Fine. You'll be able to get to the hut next turn. Next action. Televir, what are you doing?
When the flame was sucked up by the magical web thing going on, did I see where that flame physically was going?
Oh, yeah, you saw the magical sigil that you're starting to realize that you are actually casting right now, and the reason you got burnt is because your hands are tied into this spell.
So I saw that part of it. I see where it was going up towards the hag.
Oh, it was approaching... no, it was actually approaching the little cauldron, because it was running past.
Okay.
And so you would have seen it come up, attack the chair stump next to you, run past, and then you get this flare of this deep, intricate, arcane glyph that flashes in fire in front of you and burns your hands, that of Thistle's, and looks like it hits the outline of another set of hands.
That's what I was looking for.
Yep.
Cool. From that, I would like to, item interaction, pull out my weapon and coat it with the vial of magic weapon.
Sure.
And then I would like to try and lunge at where I think the sort of hip area might be on their left side. I'm remembering that there was a stone in their pocket that I'm looking to hit and destroy.
A singularity.
Yes.
So,
I know I'm stabbing in the dark.
roll an attack roll.
Straight or at disadvantage?
Disadvantage.
That is a 6 plus...
You don't worry about it.
12.
No.
Didn't think so.
You swing through nothing.
Okay.
I will say, though, that because you are not interacting with the spell, you are possibly going to take a penalty on your next spell check.
Okay.
Yep.
And then movement.
Also,
I'm
just
gonna
glad
move
You didn't sit down.
so
Yeah.
that way
Would've gotten
the
messy.
stump is
You're just sitting
the
there
stump
going,
where I
"This
think a
is
person is now in the center of a group made up of Thistle, the Cauldron, and myself.
Okay, cool. Give me a very hard athletics check.
Great. So close to a natural 20. Athletics is an 8.
You are locked in place in your chair.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah, you were able to pull out the sword and
Swash,
slash.
swash, buckle, buckle.
Wheelchair fencing. But that moving thing is problematic.
Honey, what would you like to do?
Okay. Some of this is just the players trying to make sure that they're plugged into the situation, actually. So... a lot of meta-knowledge has been thrown around at this table. Things that Ashkar is able to perceive. Things that other more technically magically users are able to perceive. I'm unsure what Honey is actually able to perceive.
Okay. let me give you the quick rundown.
Mm-hmm.
Honey was hearing the wind and the voices in the wind. Was hearing all of the threats and stuff. Was sort of sitting by, waiting for an attack. And sort of on guard while Televir and Thistle were stalling. So you saw Thistle step into the clearing, immediately walk over, pick a mug off the ground, dip it into the cauldron, take a sip and sit down, and just be like... And then just go, like... And, like, lose it, and just be like, oh, shit. You've then seen a lot of, like, some spell casts. You know that Ashkar had Detect Magic up. You were told about some things that you can't see. The biggest thing that you did see is you saw the spell get sucked up into... And then you saw that flash of an arcane rune. And you saw the silhouette of the hands, and you can see an outline fairy fire of this, like, gnarled creature attached to Televir's back. You can also see that Televir is a older naked man.
Okay.
Distinguished looking.
Distinguished looking.
So,
naked
what
man.
we know, there's a fairy fire thing on Televir's back, and also the cauldron has some sort of nexus of the ritual.
And you have said that.
I have said that out loud, that the cauldron is the conduit that the spell's working through.
And the cauldron is sort of in the center of the 3 seats?
Seat. Cauldron.
Cauldron, okay.
We're all
Cool.
very confused by the cauldron at the center.
No, I
There are
was
3
pretty
seats
sure.
sort of
yeah,
semicircle around the cauldron, and the cauldron's there, and then the small pond is very brackish, and
We just want it to be a triangle.
And you
so bad.
said that the
it's
total
not.
clear.
It's not a triangle.
You said that the total clearing is about, like, has a...
Around a circle is a triangle.
How big is the clearing?
It's like a 30 to 35 foot radius. It's
Cool.
big enough that there's a small patch of area. There's a large tree that's knocked over and a small hut. And then there's a small brackish pond that sort of goes off further.
And the minute that Thistle walked in there, it felt like Thistle was...
1 footstep in. It feels like
Cool.
there's a very strong threshold.
Ashkar did just run in with no problems, though.
Can Honey sense if that threshold goes up at all?
Hard to tell.
Okay.
It feels like a plane that you break into the clearing that is the problem.
Fine.
Take a chance. Sorry.
Okay, so Honey's gonna go ahead and bam out the wings.
Yes.
The Radiant Soul Wings. That's my action.
Okay.
And... Oh, gosh.
Gwen, you suck. I don't even know if that was the correct song, but there's
It
now a
is.
song stuck in my head, and you were the worst.
If it's ABBA, it's the correct song.
You're the worst.
That's not
Chance,
what I
take a
know.
chance, take a chance.
No. Let's not get sued by our one viewer, ABBA.
ABBA is one person? They must be so talented.
Alright, I'm gonna vamp out the wings. And I'm going to... Alright, I'm gonna fly up and, like, try to be, like, over top of the cauldron.
Okay.
And I'm gonna try to go as high as I can, but still get over top of the cauldron.
You'll have to break into the clearing at sort of a diagonal
That's
to do
that's
that
the goal.
this turn. If you want to go up and then over, you can do it next turn.
Well, the goal is that next turn I hit the cauldron, so I can't be that high away.
I love your
All right,
drop
well
out of
then
sky.
roll me a wisdom save.
Okay, cool. I was hoping I would get up high enough.
Not if you're trying to get there this turn. If you're trying to get up and
Go
above it
for
this
it.
You
turn,
can do it. You're good at
Go
wisdom.
Do
for
it.
it.
I have
you've
high
gotta break the-
wisdom. Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
That's a 19.
Take a chance.
There you go.
yeah, you go through. You feel it. The whatever this barrier is hit your mind, and you push through it because your friends are in trouble. And are you flying up to the cauldron? Above the cauldron?
I would like... My goal next turn is to fly stab straight down onto Cauldron
Okay.
from a height.
Sure. You are.
In fact, if I had a thing, if I could have avoided having to make the wisdom save this turn, I was going to pose myself above and drop the wings so that I was going to hit the Cauldron even if I made the wisdom save because gravity.
The wisdom save isn't an action; it's a response to something.
Yes, but I assume if I'd failed the wisdom save, then I would change my mind about what I was going to do. So if my goal was to fly down...
Oh, are you just trying to drop kick it and drop onto it right now?
My goal is because I don't have an action. I use my action to bamf the wings out. I can't attack it. I want to attack it next
You want to
turn.
drop
fine.
and attack it.
The goal was
Got
to
it.
position themselves so that way if they
Excellent.
failed, they would result in them
Still attacking the
accidentally
Cauldron.
So-
attacking it.
Yes.
I would like Thistle and Televere to make either a concentration check, which is a Constitution saving throw, or an Arcana check. If you make the Arcana check if you are trying to actively engage in the spell.
By actively engage,
Yes.
do we get to make that determination when our turn comes around?
No, I mean you're rolling it right now.
And
Yeah,
actively
what does
engage to the
actively
profit or
engage
to the
mean?
profit or detriment
Propagate
of the
or
spell?
yes?
To propagate the spell. To pull
keep it
power
from
to
going-
you.
Okay, to keep
And
it
to
from going
continue
funky.
building it.
Cool.
Can I try and do exactly not that and prevent the spell from building?
You can certainly try.
I'm
That,
going
you still
to
have to make a
roll-
concentration check.
I'm gonna roll Arcana.
Sorry, if
You-
you're trying to...
Alright,
If you were
tell
trying
me
to
what you're trying to do in the spell cast
I
process.
feel the spell is trying to have some effect on me. I'm trying to make it not have any effect on me. To either let it continue or to make it worse.
Push
I'm trying
it
to... Yeah.
Okay.
I'm trying to
I will let
stall
you
the
just
spell.
fail the save
but you'll take
to stall the
damage,
spell.
because it will hurt.
Gotcha. So, you're
The spell
rolling-
has started. It is connected to both of you. You have an opportunity here to engage with it and continue it. You have an opportunity to try and not take damage from this spell and withstand the powers, and by doing so, pull this power into you.
Okay.
Or you can try and fuck it up and
Take damage.
see what happens.
I'm gonna pull some power. Roll Arcana, you said?
You can either roll Arcana or a con save for a concentration check.
I guess I'll do a con then.
Mercury.
That is an edge.
Okay, yeah. That is not, and worse. How's a 5?
Hey!
Did you guys both
Five
roll
club.
I rolled a 2, and then I rolled a 7, and,
Alright.
and then it was cocked. I rolled
You both take
3.
10 force damage.
Ooh.
As
That's rough, buddy.
you feel you feel more of that energy being pulled out of you into this sigil, and it's starting to sort of coalesce, but it's feeling very like it is pulling your sense of self out of you.
Thistle's not looking great.
Okay, duly noted.
18
You
out of
feel
39.
that the energy you got that first
half.
round is still there. It's still built up, but you feel part of yourself slip.
Diminish. Okay.
And with that,
With taking damage, do I get another save against the...
sure, yeah.
Okay.
And I've already broken out of the illusion, so I know.
That's a nat 1.
Oh,
no.
gosh.
The illusion.
Does that now make it solidify?
No.
It doesn't get worse, but it didn't get better.
I'm gonna say, pick a part of either the spell, part of the illusion, one object that's flickered weird, or like the space in the fireplace that had that weird lightning arc that you saw, and that's all you get to pay attention to this round and next round because of that nat one. Because the spell locks you into focusing on one thing.
I see.
So, this action and your next action, you get to choose what you want to focus on, but whatever you focus on right now is going to
The
be...
hands were part of...
The flyer that sort of hit
The hands
sort of
that are
hand
sort
shape
of like mine?
that are sort of like where yours are. Yeah,
Okay.
that's one thing you could focus on is the spot.
That is what I want to focus on.
Okay, cool. So whatever you do has to interact with that.
That's fine by me.
Yep. Okay. What are you doing?
Thistle has just heard from their good friend, Televir, that a spell is being cast on them. The universe is going fucky, so I guess it's an illusion. And somebody said something about doing gestures once, and it was weird that they knew gestures. So they're gonna Arcana check and see if they can do gestures to, like, pull out, basically. Something to disrupt without, or just to disrupt.
Okay. Make an Arcana check for me.
That's a nat 20. Plus
Okay.
my Arcana is a
I'm
3. So
I'm gonna get
23.
to this in a little bit
Sure.
because I know what's gonna happen here.
Excellent. I love this.
Carlos, what is Dr. Typhoon going to do?
I want to hold action until Honey drops on the cauldron.
Oh, the dice are so
Okay. Ashkar, what would you like to do?
So I'm running for the hut.
Yep, with your movement, you can get to the edge of the hut. You can see that there is a sort of ramshackle board that's been sort of woven together out of plant materials that essentially one of the two hinges that were tied on it has been wrecked and is sort of leaning into the hut a bit. And so you can, with one move, get up to the edge of that door.
My speed is 35 feet right now. Do I get an extra...
So you got a little bit of movement to go inside the hut. Would you like to do anything before you go in the hut?
Nope!
Okay.
Walking in blind.
Walking the line. Okay.
No, you've got so much light.
Inside of the hut, there are dozens of just, bundles of herbs and, like, some animals and some, like, rotting giant frog meat and all sorts of stuff hanging from the ceiling. There are 3 sort of beds, 2 on one wall and 1 on the other wall. Half climbed into one bed is the corpse of a hag whose entire left side is sort of burned away and flayed in strips. And you can see drag marks where this hag was sort of like one arm dragging itself over to this bed and has sort of half crawled into it before it collapsed and died some time ago. There's some decay there. There's a number of other, cabinets and, knickknacks and storage, but mostly this looks like it's a place with 3 beds and some storage, a storage hut. 2 of the beds are empty. One of the beds has this sort of dead hag. You can move to where you want in the hut. You have enough movement to do that, but you don't really have a ton of, moving around. But that's what you see at first glance in the hut.
Does the dead hag look like it matches the outline that I saw?
Roll me an investigation check.
Okay,
Yeah.
we like that. That is a 25.
No, the dead hag does not match either the outline of the full hag or the outline over Televir's back. There's a hook to the nose, what's left of it, that is distinctly different than both of the outlines that you saw.
Alright. Can I... Was that my action?
No.
Okay. Can I use my action to roll an Arcana check and just kind of, like, give the hut a sweep for any... like, anything that looks like a charm or spell that might be...
Roll me an investigation and an arcana. Investigation first, please.
Okay. Investigation. That is a 19.
Okay. And then the arcana.
That is a
Nice.
21.
Yes.
You don't find many things in here that would fit that. You find a number. There's like a number of moppets and stuff in some of the corners of the hut hung up that you think could be used as material focuses for anti-scrying or alarm spells. There is nothing currently active that you believe.
Okay, that is my turn.
At the
At the
you
turn of
pull open a couple of
crisis.
drawers and do that. You don't see anything obvious that's active. Televir, what are you doing?
I'm just checking our sound.
Oh, thank you.
So I'm on one of the stumps to either end.
You're on the far one.
I'm not on the middle one.
No, the middle one is the slightly more ornate one.
Can I reach for where I would usually keep my rope, my hank of rope, and see if I can pull it out?
Yeah, that's right there.
Cool. I'm gonna pull out about a big loop of it and try and flip it over the cauldron and pull the cauldron over.
Sure. Give me an sleight of hand or athletics check, your choice.
Why do I keep going for tool? Because I rolled a whole bunch of advantage or disadvantage. Sleight of hand, which would be a really good number. 25.
25. All right. Yeah, you flip the rope out, loop it around, and pull it over, and it falls out, and this sludge and slime and goop
Feet up.
falls out towards you, including the full desiccated body of what looks like a hag.
Oh, there's your second one.
Just
Gross.
entirely shriveled and sort of like shrunken head style.
I bet that's your body.
Twisted and warped. The creature on your back, in seeing it, shrieks and hisses very loudly. You are the only one who can hear. You would jump, but you are physically unable.
Don't you want to get revenge on the thing that did that to you?
But like high pitched as well. Yeah, like more like that. You've no idea what it said. It just sounds like anger. And
Fair. I guess. Yeah, at that point, is it worth it?
Yes.
let you work it. Knock that cauldron over.
See, the
Flip
thing
it
that I'm
over, reverse it.
asking, is it worth it? Is it worth it to drink one of Ashigar's health potions?
Take a chance, take a chance, take a chance, take a chance.
My mouth still tastes like ass licorice. Don't do it.
See? But this is the most hurt I've been since one of our first fights, so I'm actually gonna drink that potion.
Oh.
No,
Are you?
I still have more than half health.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, you remember how it tastes.
I'm
I
at
know.
half health. And
But if you change your mind, it's the first in line.
Indeed.
Oh, wow.
I
Yeah,
have cursed this table.
DMCA.
baby item interactions free
Bonus action. Can I disengage?
from the song.
I want to try and do my disengage maneuver.
Sure, you can use your
and try
disengage
and move
maneuver.
away.
You're still stuck to the
That's
chair
what I
and
thought.
stuck in place.
Okay.
You can roll athletics to try and move.
Roll to
I'm
hide.
gonna try and run away. That is a 2 plus some stuff.
That's
plus
pretty
a 0.
No, you're
Rooted to
you're
my
finding
chair.
that you're able to move, but the more you move and try to move away, the harder it is to move your arms out of it. And you're realizing that your hands are making arcane motions that you don't know. Like you're actively casting the spell and you are not in control of yourself to do it.
That's cool.
You as well.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, I saw the hag thing react when the body fell out, right? Because
Yeah, you
fire.
didn't hear it, but you saw it.
But I saw it react. And we don't like the thing on your back. Can I, have we done a vibe check on this thing before?
Oh, we don't like it. We don't
Yeah,
like it. We
Cool.
don't.
We hate it.
The vibe
probably
check
don't
of
like
everything is bad, but
Alright.
like
Nobody's specifically done an Arcana check about
That.
it.
So I would say there's now a cauldron with sludge and then a corpse.
Yeah,
Yes.
just deep, foul sludge and a hacked corpse.
Kind of like if you boiled a body.
Possibly,
You know-
yeah.
Not that I know
Hey,
that.
No, Roderick, I know. I've got my glass of milk over here, and I'm like,
I was
so
I was trying not to focus in on that.
sorry.
This might be
But yeah.
asking for too much, but
Delicious
you've got a
cider.
cauldron and you've got a body. Is there any way I could hit both with one swipe, or do I have to pick one or the
You
other?
gotta pick one or the other.
I'm gonna go for the component versus the tool, i.e. I'm gonna go for the body, and my goal is to like attack it and hope that sort of, because I do extra radiant damage when I attack. My idea is just to like burn out the evil dark sludge with the bright radiant.
Okay. Roll your attack.
Okay.
Throw a divine smite on there if you
I
need.
like the fact that Televir's like got his feet up and he's like, ew, and you're about to
And I,
just
like-
like crash.
I like come straight down like a, but I actually would like pull up so I don't hit either two of them. Would I be within touching range of either of them, or just Televir when I got to the bottom of my swoop?
Just Televir, unless you are on the. Yeah, these are.
You don't want to be on the
No,
vortex.
just Televir. These are spaced a
Fine.
little bit further away, as if they're for people who have longer limbs.
Cool.
I mean, I'm hitting an inanimate object, but that's still only a 10.
That's what it takes to hit a body.
Cool. Awesome. And
It is prone.
since I'm trying to just... no, I'm going to hold on to my Divine Smite, because I'm just trying to eviscerate this thing and make it unusable for
Roll
the
damage.
purposes of magic. So, that's... and in my brain, I, like, two-handed this. Like, full
Yeah,
came
go for
down and, like...
Full
So
wrath
that's a
from above.
D10 instead of D8.
Right.
Yeah.
So a D10, that's a 6, plus 6 is 12, plus another 4, so that's
16.
16. Yeah, that's 16. That's 12 slashing damage and 4 radiant damage to the corpse of the thing, with the idea that I've tried to obliterate it.
You slash into it and carve it in half, essentially. You hear the wind pick up and the voice on the wind go, "You cannot stop me by destroying and defiling the corpses of my former sisters. You cannot stop us becoming a coven."
Try me, bitch. And I needed to check my other thing for this. This is Volo.
There is one other thing that happens, which is Televir. You guys would notice this. The thing on your back sort of writhes back in pain at that happening, and it sort of flickers, lashes out at Honey, and just whiffs away in the wind.
The whole thing, or just that arm?
The shadow that was attached to your back.
So it's entirely. So do I look like myself again?
Yeah, you're yourself wearing a cloak.
In my vision, I'm like,
No,
This is just a
Oh.
Tuesday for me.
This is only out of the corner of your eye.
oh, that's right. Sorry,
Because you're
I'm
focused on
the
those hands.
Curses.
I'm like-
all right.
Can't look away.
Yeah, and that's all in action. So, yeah, we'll leave it there for now. Because
Okay.
I can't do the weird... Well, wait. Don't I have... That's an action, too. So, never mind.
So, we come to the
So-
spell.
Well, hold on. I was
Oh,
holding
right.
action.
You were going to hold your action.
Now,
For Honey to attack.
I do notice the thing dissipate off of Televir, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was fairy fired, so you see the fairy fire flicker and die as it goes out off, and you can tell that the fairy fire effect is still activated because the stump that Televir is sitting on is still illuminated.
All right. But you didn't destroy the
Cauldron.
cauldron.
And you would have heard the saying about you cannot stop me by merely defiling the corpses of my former sisters.
She's very mean.
She's a hag.
She's very mean.
I called her what I called her because if the shoe
Yeah.
fits.
I'm pretty sure this is right next to me, so I'll have to do something dumb and heroic.
Dumb and heroic. Oh no! Whatever shall you do?
Pull a blaze.
Get eaten by an alligator? Only
That
half
was
eaten.
once. It's really a quarter. I mean, if it's the same alligator, it doesn't count as being eaten by an alligator twice.
Doesn't it?
Alright, stop referencing the home game.
Sorry, you're right.
Okay. So everything's rooted in place, so I'm gonna try to unroot everything in place, because that's how you fuck up a ritual.
Are you gonna trust gravity?
No, I'm gonna
That'd be awesome.
try to do it all at once. So I run into the thing.
Alright, give me a wisdom save.
Wisdom save. Known cunning, I'm guessing.
Yep, known cunning. Ashkar. You're looking around the area, and you're sort of looking for things, and you realize that there actually is a mammoth under the reached out, extended clawed hand that's eyes flash. What was your wisdom save?
18.
18?
Yes.
Yeah, you feel the spell try to take hold of you as you enter the clearing, and it does not manage to take hold of you. Your mind is too strong. You are too disciplined in yourself.
For now. I run up to the thing. I'm like, just like the kid. I would say the kid will forgive me later, but no, that changes into the kid will thank me later, and run up to it and cast Thunder Wave.
I was gonna do that too.
Okay.
And spending 1 point to change it, even though it's probably purely stylistic. Instead of an electrical flash, it is purely thunder, so it's a pure sonic boom. That just like I run in there and just boom
Okay,
to
cool.
try and like brush the whole everything aside. Oh yeah, sorry about that too, honey.
You're fine.
Everybody give me a save.
What's the
Oh
Save
no,
is-
natural one.
My con.
If you
So
want to read the spell description,
row?
because I have it.
I choose to fail the save so that way I am knocked back if I can be knocked back.
Ooh, interesting.
I believe players can relent.
What's the
You
save?
can't
Yeah.
relent.
So I have to
No,
fail my
you
save?
you cannot
of the
relent
spell?
because of the spell.
It's
Okay.
con, right?
It's
Yep,
con.
con-based save.
That's still a 10.
versus the DC versus DC 13.
Cool, 14.
Nice. All right.
So
Thrown 10 feet away. So these two thrown 10 feet away and take 2d8s booming damage.
and I need you to make a.
Wow, that's a lot of
That's
booming
a
damage.
lot of booming
Sorry,
damage,
guys.
my friend.
15 booming damage.
Jesus.
half for you.
It's half for me? Oh, thank
Because
God.
you made your save.
That's
Yeah,
right,
you
that's
made
right.
your
So,
save.
sorry, 15, so
So 7.
7, thank you.
How do you want that health potion now?
I need you to make a concentration check.
That would be a 13. But that would be a DC 11 con check, I believe. Constitution.
Yes. Okay, so you maintain hold of the spell. You are still locked in
And I
place.
can't choose to fail it.
You cannot choose to fail that. No. You are still locked into place. You are launched 10 feet.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone
And
hit the lake?
oh,
Yeah, I would be thrown into the pond, wouldn't I be?
Probably.
yeah, both of you were thrown into the pond.
Oh, lovely.
That's a problem because I probably can't swim right now.
It's frozen.
You can't.
It is
Kind
half
of.
frozen.
It is slightly frozen
is-
over and super brackish. You easily go through the
It's a
sheet of ice.
slushy.
Oh, that's even
Does
worse.
the stump also
I
get
have to
launched
ask if
into
No,
the
the-
stuff is still attached to his butt.
Oh, hold on a second. Hold on a second.
That's kind of where I was going with this.
Yeah.
All right,
Like,
all
trying
right,
to
all right, all right,
we
all
were
right,
very
all
much
right,
on the
all
same
right.
page
Yeah.
on this.
17.
Unfortunately, just the top layer of the stump is attached to his butt. Most of the stump is still in the ground.
In like chunks or like a clean. Okay.
Yeah.
Just
So it just pulls, so you have this nice board on you right now.
Thank
Use
you
it as a flotation
so much.
device.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
At
it'll
first.
cause me to float upside down. Keep
Okay.
me drowning.
You just gotta like. Anyway.
okay.
It's a spell's turn then, yes?
Spell's turn.
Oh boy.
I need you to make same thing as last time. Except due to the spell being stretched as far as it is, you both have disadvantage.
What about my nat 20? Is that coming back into play for this?
It is.
Okay, cool. But disadvantage.
It means that I have disadvantage, and my DC is doubled.
That's a nat 1.
Oh no.
Okay.
Hey, guess what?
Disadvantage.
That's
Wait.
a nat 1.
Yay! Same
Yay!
That's not a nat 1, but it's a nat 3.
And my other number was a fucking 18.
Wait, so you both rolled ones?
Yeah. My other number was
Okay.
a 10.
Damn.
Not plus and stuff, but.
It's going well.
I need
I think it's going well.
everyone to make a
Wait, so she got.
dexterity saving throw.
Even me, I'm in the hut.
I assume I have to.
No, you don't have to.
You're in the
You're
lane.
fine.
Wow, I am just
No,
failing at this.
just a flat dex save. All
That's
four
a
of you.
5.
Underwater.
Nope,
upside
you
down.
still have it.
Okay.
You're no longer pinned. The spell
Nat
just
20.
broke.
Yes.
Was that another
That's
nat 1?
my 4th nat 1 this session.
Damn.
I
like-
didn't touch your dice. I
know
promise.
you did. I know you did.
You have a point of inspiration on your sheet. Would you like to burn that dice? Or at least put it in timeout for a couple of weeks?
I would say
I have a dice jail somewhere.
No, it's fine. I also
there's
have a
2
dice
over
gel.
there.
I will use that point of inspiration to
Okay.
re-roll that save.
Got an 11.
But don't recommend that to me again. That's a nat 20.
Yay!
Yes!
Nat 20 club!
Okay.
Hey!
One brain
That's
cell.
my 4th nat 20 this evening, too. Look, I would put that dice in jail, except it's been really good
So,
story-wise.
What did you have?
5.
11.
Okay. Both of you take 9 force damage.
Okay.
Ow.
I just hear a boom.
Oh, there's a loud boom.
Oh, that's like,
Both
that's
of
like half my
you
health.
heal 4.
Heal 4. Yep, interesting.
Awesome.
Oh, okay.
So my
You all hear a very loud scream of pain in the wind.
We're getting to her.
I have 10 hit points.
nice.
What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say, can you describe like what happened? Because
Oh.
I was doing the thing and I don't know what happened.
So, you pay attention to where, like, how you saw the hands moving, and you try to invert the motions. You think you saw a book about it somewhere. You know, you're trying to create an inverse harmonic resonance in the spellcast.
that sounds like Dr. Typhoon.
It was
that I
probably
picked up
Dr.
at some point.
Typhoon
Yeah,
telling you
you
about
bet.
that.
I
Probably.
listen.
And you're like, well, if I just do this, that should work. And you know that you didn't quite get it. You could have, like, it's almost there, but, like, you need to figure out a way to stretch this spell somehow. For it to, oh, perfect! And you just pull and rip, and you, all of a sudden, can see the spell as it flickers and stretches. And you just go, oh, and if I pull right here, and you feel the essence of the third member of this spellcast pull away, and this massive explosion rings out, knocking everyone back, and you're like, but if we just take a little bit of that energy and do this,
Okay.
And you feel a bit better about yourself.
I do. I almost feel like I got 4 hit points back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You still don't know why you're in this inn, particularly.
Yeah, it's very strange.
But your friend Televir did say that it was a spell cast on you.
Mm-hmm.
And
And
tell
I
you
mean,
to
we are
resist.
doing like a spell thingy thing.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
resisting.
Before he got
Resisting,
thrown
good.
out of the bar somehow.
I just watched him get ejected through the wall. The tavern suddenly extends, and he's just sitting way over there.
And weirdly wet.
And very wet.
He went
and
into the
upside down.
tavern's pool?
There's a
You
sauna
just
in
come
this
out of the
tavern?
bathroom? What's going on?
There's a loud splash. So, we can
Tubs.
start the next round.
Okay. That seemed to work pretty well for Thistle. Am I still focused on the thing? Or did I break
You're-
out of that with my nat 20?
You
on
broke out of that with
Cool,
that
cool,
20.
cool. Can I look around and just see, like, I'm doing a spell with my good friend Thistle, and my good friend, don't remember her name.
Televir, not this.
Sorry.
That's you.
Oh,
No,
God.
you can
I'm-
remember
Although-
people's names. You can see them.
To be fair, Thistle might be
I
a
can
good
see-
friend.
You're
Oh.
looking around. Well, no, sorry, you can't see either of them because they went through the wall into the lake. But
so
you
I'm not
can
seeing
see
the
Dr.
illusion.
Typhoon.
I'm seeing this. When you said I'm seeing the spell, I'm
You saw
out
the
of the
spell, and the
illusion?
spell snapped. You are still in the inn.
okay. Yeah, please tell me what I'm
Sorry,
seeing because
you're
now
still
I'm
you're
confused.
still in the inn.
All right, I'm in the end.
The inn encompasses the clearing.
Okay.
You can tell that there's a small room that you think you saw somebody walk into.
Okay.
And then Ashkar comes to mind. You saw somebody go flying with Televir, which was Honey? Probably Honey.
Probably Honey.
And Dr. Typhoon's right next to you, of course.
And Dr. Typhoon's right next to me. Okay. I can't move my hand, but I'm gonna just elbow.
Oh, no, you can move your hand.
I can move my hand.
You can move your hands.
Okay, I have to do these gestures, and I need you to tell me what to do them wrong, but right. Wrong in the way of the spell, right in the way of not doing the spell, and also not exploding us. Help? Yes, please?
Actually, you don't think the spell's happening right now.
What?
You don't think the spell's happening right now.
I don't think the spell is.
You don't think the spell's happening right now. It doesn't feel the same. It feels like the spell snapped. You broke the spell.
Oh. Okay. Hold on. Do I still see her?
No, you.
You mean your friend that you don't remember?
Your friend that you don't remember?
My
No, she
friend that I
disappeared.
don't remember?
She disappeared.
She disappeared. There's
Yeah,
no,
she
like,
screamed
residue of
in pain
Okay.
when the spell snapped and disappeared. Sorry, I forgot you could see her. Otherwise, I would have said that.
Could, yeah.
Yeah, I forgot
Okay.
you were the one who could see her.
So, like, I to my knowledge, there's, like, no more spell going on?
No, there's no more spell going on. Televir, it's the same for you. The spell is done. It snapped into
Cool.
you, and
Healed me up a little bit. Kind of.
yeah.
Sorry, I might have gotten too excited. Is Televir in the bathroom? Pool? I'm not sure. I'm not rightly sure what he is doing.
Honestly, neither am I.
Can you get up?
I stand up.
You stand up.
I stand up. I'm gonna go get him out of the pool.
Good idea.
I'm gonna
It's
go
a really
over.
cold pool.
I'm gonna go over to Televir and.
So they're both
Start.
still underwater.
Oh,
Like, fully underwater. You are underwater a
how
deep amount.
far? Okay.
You can't tell. It is super brackish and, like, stirred up. You can't see into the pond.
Cool. How deep does it look if I were to take a step in? It's super
Would I
brackish
have
and I
fallen
can't
in the
tell.
pool, or would the wind have pushed my wings back? I would be kind of over top of it.
Up to you. Are you in the pond or not?
I think I'm not.
Okay. Honey's there over top of the pond.
Okay. I can see roughly whereabouts he is.
You can see the hole in the ice
Okay.
where he entered.
Okay. And it doesn't look. It's probably not
And then
strong enough
it's the grossest, scummiest pond water you've ever seen in your life.
Yeah.
Mixed with frigid ice over top.
I'm going to reach out with my staff and prod around for him in the way that you look for dead bodies when you're. I'm just gonna try and scoop the boy.
Roll an investigation check for me real quick.
Do a scoop up, boy. Whoa.
That's an 18 plus 1, so that's a 19.
Yeah, you hook a limp limb. Give me an athletics check to pull it out.
Are you
That's a
unconscious?
15
I'm
plus
not
2, that's a
conscious.
17.
Okay.
And this is why this dice is not in jail.
Fine.
17.
So you pull out a sort of fetid green arm as you start dredging a body out of the pond.
Do I also know the ways of dredging a body out of a pond?
Roll me a quick perception check real quick.
12.
Sorry, disadvantage. It's fully dark under there.
I get the feeling I did not drive
Less.
outside of here.
You feel something brush by you as you're just, like, struggling to orient yourself under the water. As you start pulling a hag's body out of the water.
Flip it over my shoulder. Somebody else can deal with that. And I just...
All right, that's what you got.
Yeah,
That was your.
I'm just for flavor immediately back to looking for
Dr.
target.
Typhoon.
Oh boy.
Flip a body over. Burn her! It's a witch.
It's a witch.
Look, Michael, a witch. Burn her.
Very small.
We can't see into the brackish pond at all.
It's like filth on filth on filth on filth. You can see about like half an inch in before the just sheer grossness makes light completely impassable. I know everybody here has seen a pond that is that filthy.
Yep.
Yeah.
Saw one today, in fact.
Gross.
Not great.
Yeah, there's some movement down there. Someone's in there, you know.
Right. Well, that shouldn't have knocked him out.
There's also a dead hag body behind me.
Yeah. I'll
How many hag bodies is that now?
That's 3.
let's.
Two
Yeah.
that you know of.
Yes.
Let's make them toasty.
Yeah. I'll
One
just.
that I know of.
I'll mark
That's
off
true.
another. I'll mark off another alchemist fire and just take care of the corpse. The head
Throw the
corpse.
fire on?
Yeah.
Alright, cool. There is a loud scream in the wind as the corpse starts to writhe and twitch.
Oh.
It appears to flicker in and out of corporeality.
Oh, nice.
Ashkar, there's screaming from outside
Well,
in the wind.
I've also seen this glowing moppet.
Yep.
I'm gonna step forward. How close am I to it? Like within
You're
5 feet?
right next to it.
Yeah. I'm gonna pull the corpsey hand aside to take a look at it.
Yeah, the fingers are fully rigid, so you can either pull it up or you could try and like break the fingers back to get it out of the hand. They seem brittle, but they're locked on.
You know,
This is really a question of: are you going to try and break the fingers back to pull it out to take a look at it, or are you going to just inspect it with the hand on it?
if I break the fingers, that's gonna be my action, right?
Yes, but I might let you have like I'll let you have like an investigation or something.
I'm
like that.
just gonna take a look with the fingers on.
Okay. Roll an Arcana.
Aw. Dirty 20.
This appears to be the focus. Somehow it's still in use of a defensive illusion.
Alright. Gonna back up to the doorway, pull out my vial of alchemist fire, right at the bed. I'm gonna leave the hut with my remaining movement.
Okay.
I want to burn that sucker down.
Roll
Nice.
an attack roll. Where specifically are you trying to hit with this?
I am trying to hit where the moppet is.
Okay, roll an attack roll.
But I figure if I set the whole thing on fire,
Yeah.
then...
That's a pretty good bet.
Is that a nat one?
That's a nat one.
So many this session.
Of course it is!
So,
It's
the
incredible.
throw is perfect. There's some sort of bird leg that it bounces off of, and it bounces just straight down. It catches the ground on fire, but it's in the center of the hut, and it's hitting some of the like dry grasses and materials there. You think the hut's gonna go up. It's just not anywhere near where you wanted to hit. You've got movement.
Yeah, I said I was using it to back out of the hut.
Yeah, okay. You
I don't
back
wanna
out of the hut,
get
you look
set on
around,
fire.
there's a sort of like twitching hag body that's on fire over by the lake. There's a
What did I
hag
miss?
out of the cauldron that's cut in half and sort of like whatever. Talavir is nowhere to be seen.
It's gonna land down on the job again.
And with that, Talavir, you are in the water. I need a con save, please.
Okay. I think this one's been being... Fuck.
Oh,
7!
God!
This one's been good.
That is 4 cold damage.
I have 5 hit points.
Oh my god, I rolled 2d6.
Yay! Aren't you glad you got 4
You're
hit
able to
points
orient
back?
Oh,
yourself.
right? I
Uh,
get 1. I think I'm oriented up.
you're able to orient yourself easily enough on your turn, as the start of your turn.
Cool. Probably well away from where the hole I came through is. I can't see a damn thing.
All I have to do is get close
I'm gonna
enough for us
try
to see you.
and, sweep my arms up to kick myself down, and then kick off whatever bottom I hopefully hit
Okay.
to crash myself up
give me
into
an
the ice
athletics
as hard
check.
as I can. No. 19!
Yay!
Much
God.
better.
You're able to swing down. It's like deep, thick filth mud. You like stick into it and launch up, and you can feel it trying to like hold you down. And you're able to go through and crash through, and you're able to, if you wish, swim and get out of the pond with your
Oh, yeah.
movement. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You are fucking freezing.
Am I anywhere near him with the stick?
Kind of.
Sorry.
I love
You're-
the idea that he got blasted and Thistle didn't take like momentum into account.
Yeah,
It was, like,
there was a
over
bit
here
of
and he
there was a
pops
bit
up.
of there was a bit of that. Like you're on the edge of the dock,
Yeah.
going, and he's like he comes up right next to you, but like a little bit further.
So, after I drag my soaking wet, not quite carcass out, retch a little bit more.
You're
Potion.
just slimed.
Yeah.
Just Ghostbusters slimed with.
I am genuinely disappointed that you didn't take that potion while you were still
Hey,
part
guess
of that
what?
spell.
Potion. Does it taste better or worse?
Honestly, it tastes better than the pond water. It
Which
tastes
one is it?
worse than the
2d4.
first time you
Plus
drank it.
5.
This one's +4. You have the one of the extra special
Oh, you're
ones.
right. I do.
Did you hear what I said? It tastes worse than
Oh,
the
yeah.
pond water. Or sorry, better than the pond water, worse than the first time you drank it.
Yep. So that'll be 10 points of healing.
So you're at 14, 15. You're at 15. Okay. You're at 15. You're okay. You're both at 15.
All right. Is that all you're doing?
I think that's probably all I can do.
Okay.
Oh, and con save for the potion, if I recall correctly.
Only for concentration.
No. It's just a concentration for your casting a spell, and you're not casting a spell right now.
The potion. Ashgar's potion.
Oh yeah, con save.
18.
Yeah, you knew what you were doing, and it did taste better than the little bit of water that got in your
This
mouth.
time it's just relaxed my throat, opened up, and just like straight in, keep it off the tongue.
Yeah, it's bad, but it's not. All
Lie
right.
back and
Just
think it's
relax
your
your throat.
Insight. Do I think that you're still under the I'm in an inn sort of spell effect?
I panicked and I asked Dr. Oswald to help me with some hand gestures and then said Televir's in the lake, pool, bathroom? I'm gonna get him.
Roll an insight.
No.
What's the total?
Insight is 8.
That is enough to see through it. You needed a 5.
Cool.
It was pretty clear based off what you were saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thistle's got no idea where they are.
And I heard the scream. How does the corpse look?
It's like curling in on itself, and it seems to be writhing a bit in the flames.
But it doesn't feel like it's destroyed, or does it feel like it's getting destroyed?
It's definitely not destroyed yet.
I'm torn between healing, further destroying this corpse,
You should
and
heal.
um,
Because I'm gonna get a hit in. But that is player knowledge.
and breaking you out of your shenaniganry.
Do whatever you feel is most urgent.
Yes!
Yes. You figured out that shenaniganry is going on, so even if you're in the weird zone, you're on our side. Problem is, like, all three of us are pretty low, and I only have 15 points, and I can only do them, like, a small amount at a time.
It's a full action to use.
Exactly.
And
So
you can
it's
do
like...
as many as you want at a time.
Right.
But yeah.
But I can't, like, heal 5 points and 5 points and 5... Like, I can't use 15
that's
points
three
on
actions.
3 different...
Yep.
Exactly, that's 3 actions. And we're actually all at the same health point.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I'm lower than both of you.
Then heal the healer.
Heal the healer. All you need is enough to get us back up.
It's true. And we are still up, despite
Many things.
everything.
Mm-hmm.
And instead of using well, wait. Can I use that on myself, or do I have to? I have this other healing thing as an Asimar, and
Oh yeah.
I'm trying to decide if I can use it on myself or not. Because I would rather just use those 4 random points than. It's annoying them out.
What is the
You can touch
healing
a
hands?
creature and cause it to regain a number of hit points equal to your level.
No, this is a number. Well,
Healing Hands. As an action, you can touch a creature and cause it to regain a number of hit points equal to your level.
That's the same description as for lay on hands for paladins. I'd assume that yes, you could target yourself.
yeah.
Okay.
You're a creature.
I'm going to give myself 4 hit points.
Yeah.
And I'm 17. And yeah, that's it. And I fly, so I'm not over top of the pond. Like I
Okay, you're gonna
firmly-
move in out from over top of the pond.
You know what? I think I'm gonna move over solid land, but still up. I'm like not landed on the land. I'm kind of like a giant glowy hovering thing with a sword.
Okay.
Free item interaction. I'm gonna pull my shield out because I double-handed the heat.
Sure.
So now I have my shield.
All right. Who is next to the burning corpse?
I'd like to say I'm above
Maybe.
it.
Yeah, you're probably
pretty
close
close
enough.
to it.
Cool. So all 4 of you can make attacks of opportunity as it gets up, and so the
Me
wind picks up and throws the corpse into the attempts to throw the corpse into the lake.
Cool. I'm gonna turn around and just baseball bat it back away from
Sure.
the lake.
Roll me your attacks of opportunity if you wish.
It's a
Dang
10.
it.
I would not have had a weapon out. I assume free action.
You did have a rapier out.
I did have my
You
rapier
did have your
out.
rapier
I
out.
did have my rapier out.
Man.
So that'll be a lots to hit. It's like 24 to hit.
10 does not hit. 24 does. What did you roll?
I rolled a 5, but I forgot. I'm trying to remember. I get a bonus attack if I'm using a unarmed or something weapon.
What? Oh, you can use your dex if you're using a monk weapon.
Wait,
you get a
no,
bonus
but-
action attack if
Okay.
you've used the attack action
Okay.
when you
Wait, 1 second.
and you used a monk weapon or an unarmed attack.
Which I am. Both staff.
But this
With
is
my-
your reaction.
This is a reaction,
This is a reaction.
not the
right,
attack
right,
action.
right. So that's
It's an
gonna be
11,
yeah.
actually.
Still not good enough, unfortunately.
So that's a 5. That's a 9. I can do math. 10, 11 to hit.
Nope.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Do you get any bonus damage for the holy oil or whatever it was you put on your blade?
That is the question.
You
Magic
would get
weapon.
your magic +1
Okay.
to your damage, and you've got friends flanking it, so sneak attack would apply.
Oh, okay.
Does that give advantage?
No.
No. Okay.
It's just you get to use your sneak attack dice if your
Gotcha.
friends are around.
Which is 2d6.
Oh,
It was
roll me alchemist fire
thrown,
damage.
though, when it was getting up.
No.
No. Okay.
What is alchemist fire damage?
It didn't
I
get
thought-
up. The wind literally just
Gotcha.
threw it into the lake.
This isn't me trying to find advantage. This is me being like, wait a minute, is this a thing?
Weird things are happening.
Yes.
Is the answer.
Weird things would happen here.
That's 14 points of damage.
14 points of damage. Okay.
Trying to find alchemist damage. Alchemist fire damage.
It's either 1 or 2d4. The fire is going to be put out by the water. It had at least one round of the fire being on it. So when you find that, roll it and let me know. And we're going to jump to Thistle. What would you like to do?
It launched itself into the water?
It launched itself into the water.
So it burned the first round. I didn't end this round.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's 2d4 total. One each turn. Put it out here because that seems useless rolling it in that thing.
You can see where it fell.
A 1 and a 4. Very, very average. 5 total fire damage.
Okay.
I completely missed with my staff that I was holding.
Okay.
I wasn't so much hitting it as just as it jumped, I just attempted to put the staff in the way to keep it from going anywhere.
I think you fully did, and it was just...
Yeah. My strength 6 could not keep it from going. It was like, blah!
I saw where it, like, went in towards the water.
It went in the water.
Is it within... It's in the water, so I can't see it.
It's in the water,
where
so
it landed, was it within reach of my bow staff?
Where it hit the water was within, but it was moving fast.
Okay.
You think it's probably further in. The wind sort of yelled something in outrage that was not really intelligible to any of you.
Okay. I'm going to start moving along the side of the pond because I know that there was a creek that fed into it, so presumably there's a creek that feeds out, and I'm going to be waiting there in case she tries to make an exit through the creek.
Yeah, you can easily get to where the creek is dammed over.
And I'm going to hold an action, and if she gets anywhere near me, I'm going to wreck her entire shop with a full action attack.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Just to describe it, it kind of goes down a little bit, and they've dammed up this sort of like thick logs and stuff.
Better plan. Wedge my bow staff and knock some of those logs loose.
Roll me an athletics check.
I am about to
with
train this
advantage because you've got leverage.
That is a 17 plus athletics, you said, so that is a 19.
Cool. Roll me damage real quick. Just like if you've done a full an attack.
Full, like, Staff of Meadows attack?
Yep.
So 2d4s of bludgeoning. That is a 4 and a 2, so that's 6 plus...
Dex?
Dex is 6 plus 4, that's 10.
Okay, yeah. I am going to need a dex save from you, though.
Okay. I'm good at those. That's a 13 plus 6, that's a 19.
Alright,
Nice.
you go, and basically the ground slopes down a little bit, and you run around. You see that there's this, a number of logs that have sort of dammed up this pond, and it's fairly deep, it looks like. Probably a good 10 to 15 feet deep. And you go...
That must have been cold.
Yeah. You go, and you manage to, you're trying to find a good spot to wedge your staff in, and you manage to get it in, the second to lowest log, and go and crack, and it just snaps through too, slides up the bank, and the entire top 3/4 of the dam snaps and falls, and you have to jump back and up the thing as this slimy, gross, stagnant water starts sloshing out past you.
I am watching. I'm looking for her body.
Yeah.
But I believe that's my full action.
That is your full action to destroy the dam.
Yep.
Dr. Typhoon, what would you like to do?
That way we don't have to dredge her up.
I want to watch for the body too. Hold action until I see a body.
Are you gonna run over there?
Yeah.
Okay. Ashkar?
None of my party are in the water, right?
Nobody's in the water except for the body.
Okay, lightning launcher the water.
Sure.
Yeah.
Roll an attack roll.
Well, that's not great. That's a 10.
You hit the water.
Alright.
Roll damage.
Yeah, you are just targeting square.
That is 4 lightning damage.
Okay.
Not great. And I'm gonna stay where I am, actually. How's the flames looking behind me?
Something's caught. You're smelling burning, and something's got acrid. There's starting to be some very acrid smoke coming out the top, but... Zelger?
Well, I see this pond now draining real fast, so I'm going to run over towards Blaith. Strong character!
This is why we don't talk about characters from other campaigns in the middle of sessions.
Still a dumbass. Towards Thistle. And I'm gonna root around in my pack and throw you something and go, hey, catch! And I'm throwing you nothing. So I'm throwing you the end of an invisible net. And so I imagine it goes right between your hands and hits you straight in the face. But then you catch it.
Roll a dex save.
Okay.
And to be clear, I'm throwing one side of it.
Yes,
Yeah.
I got you. Roll a dex save.
Just flat?
Yeah, normalized dex save.
All right. That's a 3 plus 4. That's a 7.
The dice tell the story.
I know. This
which is
why
exactly
these
what
dice,
happened.
These dice are not in jail because they are very
You know what?
much
I
Thistle's dice.
can respect that.
So do I feel that you get your hands on it after it hits you in the face?
It just like fully wraps around one of your arms, and you're just like,
Right?
Whoa. And lower into the
brackish-
stream
yeah.
and going fishing.
all of a sudden, a lot of the bottom half of this net is very visible as just gross ass slime and pond scum is just stuck to it.
Nice.
I am gonna go to like right. I'm gonna essentially hover right above where they're sort of like straining the stuff, and if I see the chorus, I'm gonna.
Sounds good.
Prep to action.
Going.
Corpse's turn.
Impudent traitors, how dare you defile my throne! I will kill all of you! And the body comes tumbling out of the lake. It's really not in control of itself, and it gets fully stuck in the net. What were you gonna do when you saw the body?
Cast levitation on it.
Nice.
Okay. I need to check something on that. I
tangled
love
in
it,
the
but
net. Are we gonna like?
Am I allowed to
60
move
feet
so
away
does
from
it
me
hit
is
me in the
capable of lifting up to
face?
500
You're fine.
pounds.
I think it only floats up a couple feet, and then it's sort of like,
Like a balloon.
It's
Yeah.
capable of
Hold on a
lifting
second,
up to
hold on a
500 pounds, so it will lift the three of you if you're holding on to it.
yeah, but I don't think it level takes it like super high.
20 feet.
Up to 20 feet and remain suspended there for the duration. So you can choose
Please don't smack me.
how high
Because
up
I'm
it's going to
floating
go.
above it.
Um,
But getting it right where I can.
Smart.
that's really funny because it was closed and it stopped here, hit the door down, went to there, was on a success, and then went whop on a failure.
Yeah.
Because the corpse doesn't get any bonuses.
No bonuses to your corpse.
Yeah. It's under your full control. It gets tangled in the net. You can lift it up as high as you would like, and you get an attack with advantage.
Oh. Yeah. You take your attack first.
You just lift it up to honey height.
Yeah.
That's 17 plus 7 is a 24.
Yeah, that hits.
I'm gonna put a divine smite into this.
yeah.
So
Do it.
now we've got ourselves 3d8 damage.
Fuck yeah.
Plus, you got an extra thing for your radiant
Plus
bullshit, right?
4 radiant damage. So that's
Nice.
8, 10, 16, 20 damage. 4 of it is radiant.
Plus your strength mod?
Oh, plus my strength mod, so that's another 4?
Yeah.
So that's 24 damage.
Okay.
You know, like full.
You bisect the corpse. And
I hold on to its top half with the spell.
the bottom half falls and and is stretching the net apart. Everybody give me a perception check real quick.
Including me?
Yes.
Nope, that's a nat one.
Especially you.
Yeah.
You were about to give me
I was
advantage.
about to give you advantage.
14.
Because you're the one who just killed it.
I
You're the
did
closest. You
just
get advantage.
Dirty 20.
18.
18.
Perception, that still is probably not good enough. That is just a 12.
14?
Okay. The 18s and the dirty 20 are enough to notice there's a pitch black stone that falls out of the chest cavity of the corpse, slips through the net, and goes plunk right into the stream.
Visible through the brackish water, or does it look like it's traveling downstream?
It seems to start to, in the rush of water, it's starting to move downstream. You see it fall and plunk in, you are fairly far away.
And is a small enough stone to pass through the weave of the net?
It is.
Cool.
It's about fist-sized.
Okay.
Brings it to...
No, it's got to be my turn.
It's your turn.
Yes.
Right, because we were held actions.
Yeah. I'm gonna dive for it.
You're gonna let go of the net?
I am not gonna let go of the net.
Okay.
Because I've got one arm and I'm just gonna
they
dive
kind
for
of
it.
can't, actually,
Give
because
me
it's slung around his arm.
Yeah, it's slung around my arm.
Dex check. Just a flat dex.
Flat dex. That's a 16. That's a dirty 20.
Okay. Yeah, you reach in. You're going to take 1 point of cold damage from this. Just
Yep.
how
it's freezing
frigid
cold.
this water is. And you're going to come up with this rock. It seems to drink in light. You eat the rock.
I
So,
the rock.
then why did you say you ate the rock?
Because it's me.
But you can't just do that, Mercury. This is a game that has consequences.
I eat the rock. Thistle does not eat the rock.
Much better. I had to fuck with you a bit.
I know. It'll teach me to not say I eat the rock. That's somebody else's character. Not gonna eat the rock.
The rock wants you to eat the rock.
This one actually said they yeet the rock. So they just throw
No,
it
I
into
don't
the
wanna
woods.
eat
You
the rock
have
either.
you have about a fist-sized stone.
Mm-hmm.
It appears to be encased in. So the whole thing appears to. Now that you have a better look at it, it appears to be encased in sort of ice like glass, and then there is a just pitch black, purely spherical. Sorry, I'm laughing because I looked down to see Carlos go, yeah, on the stream. There's a pitch black sphere inside of it.
Ashkar, Dr. Typhoon.
So you
I'm
do
gonna
identify, I
just
do
smack
detect
the
magic.
body with my just like
Didn't
kick the
prepare
body
it
as it.
today.
Oh, the body's still.
Oh, sorry, I forgot. The legs are in the net, and I'm just gonna like kick the legs.
Yeah, but you kick.
It's
legs.
a free action. There's no. I'm not doing anything particular. But
Alright.
Expressing dissatisfaction.
oh, Thistle's pissed. Thistle's just practical. Ashkar, Dr. Typhoon.
I got it!
Yeah.
I'm just holding it up for y'all. And I believe
Get-
that's my action.
Get it on one of those stumps and we'll start analyzing it.
Can you help me get this off my arm?
Aren't we supposed to just smash it?
I'm not feeling great. Is the illusion gone now?
No.
Yeah. I'm not feeling great. I don't know where the stump is. I don't know what's on my arm, and I'm a little scared to move from this spot. Because
Gotcha.
I just knocked all of the kegs down, and like... Let's
Gotcha.
investigate the thing before we just blow it up.
Fair enough.
You're right. You're not playing Blaze.
Dr.
That's
Typhoon?
Somebody tell me where the stump is. And get this thing off my arm.
Gently guide you over to that.
You're
the
able to
chairs.
untangle the net. It's
Cool.
the chairs.
I use a lighter, my lighter, to also burn away stuff.
Are you burning the invisible net?
No.
No? Okay, if you protest, then I won't. But
We-
aren't we
we
already cutting her
unwind it.
loose?
We
Aren't we
unwind
already
it.
cutting Thistle loose, though?
Whatever.
We can just
Do what you're
unwind
gonna
it. We
do.
don't
Just
have to
unwind
destroy
it,
it.
yeah.
Unwind it? Okay,
Yeah.
I thought maybe Thistle was tangled. Like,
No,
This
I
was
have
tangled
something in my
because-
hand and I don't want to let it go,
Oh,
and I'm
okay.
tangled in one arm.
Yeah.
all right. Well, then I gingerly
it's
help
like-
them
Thank
get out of the
Yeah.
net and go over to where the things are. I motion to what probably looks like a chair to you
Yeah.
and say to put the stone in there.
Which chair? Which stump?
Yeah, you know what? That's a stupid idea. That's so obviously a stupid idea. Let's go over to a...
I've got it!
Oh, also, Dr. Typhoon, the house, the hut, the floor of the hut, and part of the wall is on fire. As you are now paying attention, the kitchen is on fire.
Is that a problem?
No, I would have done it. I would have done it myself if
Okay, so
if
that's
they
a
hadn't
solution.
gotten to it first.
You guys would notice that the side of the house is starting to catch on fire.
Well done.
No, it's still cooking.
It's medium rare at best.
All right,
Wow. Okay.
all right, kid. Why don't you come with me over to the top of the stream? I start to lead Thistle to like basically where the stream enters the clearing.
Okay.
And just find a nice clear spot there.
That's
Put
easy
down,
enough.
a bit of cloth to put the stone on top of.
Okay. Yeah, doable.
I'm just gonna make up how that translates in my head. So we go over to another like very low table, and I put it down on the thing for you.
Great job, kid. You're doing all right.
Ashkar, what would you like to do?
Who's got the
Stone is now on
Somebody
a
set that
bit of
body on
fabric
fire.
a little ways away.
Cool.
The body is cut.
All right.
Somebody set that body on fire.
Oh, that's fair.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say we need to destroy it, and I'm going to use my item interaction to pull out my anvil. Out of the tiny little pouch on my belt.
Yeah, forgot you had a bag holding that.
This
Works.
is-
Yeah.
Thanks, bugs.
The-
And then I'm going to use my action, and I'm going to point at the stone and draw a symbol and cast catapult. I'm going to catapult the stone onto the anvil.
I rarely sound quite this high class and like, I don't know, sardonic. I pull out the dispel magic scroll. I'm like, we're not savages.
Do you cast it?
Hold on a second.
He's saying we should cast it on the item.
Yes.
Should we identify the item first?
We don't have
No.
identify.
Sorry.
Nope.
Blythe is talking.
Nope. Also, you just catapulted the stone at the anvil.
Yep. I might need to get a new anvil, guys.
Please
Might need
roll
to get a new
3d8 bludgeoning damage.
Oh lordy.
Because the anvil cannot pass as a dexterity saving throw.
This is very correct. Not bad, not bad. That is 15 damage. Force damage, specifically.
Okay.
The good news is we beat the campaign. The
Hold
bad
on a
news is
second.
new characters next session.
As a person who
It's
does
too late.
blacksmithing,
It's too
Or
late.
not
I was
entirely
getting
on a
ready to
regular
cast the
basis.
spell.
that anvil better be fucking fine.
Oh no! Are you sad about the anvil?
Well, one, I would be hit if it got damaged, and two, there's no way it could get damaged.
Well, it could take damage, but it wouldn't be destroyed.
It-
It shouldn't be destroyed.
If this is
Okay,
what we're
but
looking
this is a
for,
universe
is
with
getting
magic.
yeah. If
The
it's
spell
if this is the thing,
specifically
it's
states
That if the object takes damage, yes. However, any projectile.
When the object
Not made
strikes
out of
something,
another
the
animal.
object and what it strikes each take 3d8 bludgeoning damage.
it's magic.
I am-
It's magic.
I am currently
also
looking
that
up
jewel
how
is
much
some
HP
kind of pocket
an anvil
singularity,
has.
so-
This is you made me do this.
We
You
need
don't get to be mad that the magic item is gonna hurt the anvil. They
Pocket
fucked up their own
singularity.
anvil.
vortex
We need
grenade.
to heal Annie the anvil.
It should be fine, and I will just cast mending.
Unless it.
That's fair.
Unless it
No,
breaks
no,
in
no.
The
half.
anvil had better have more than 15 hit
Yeah,
points.
That would work.
Make
Annie the
funny
anvil.
jokes.
I've got an article on notable anvils here.
Yes.
You're way
Love it.
off base. Notable anvils would
Okay,
be a
so
great.
the real question here
Okay.
is, what size anvil is it?
It's gotta be like Roadrunner kind
It's
of.
not
right?
a jeweler's anvil.
Ah,
It's not a. Oh, jeweler's anvil?
No, it's not.
No, but I don't know what it. So I'm making a jeweler's anvil? Question mark?
yes.
Cool.
Itty bitty. They're very cute.
That's
They're good for doing delicate work.
Alright,
They're good for rivets.
I'm gonna say.
Oh my god, he's checking the DM screen. It's serious.
Checking a lot of shit here.
We never
It's a
need the
solid
DM
block.
screen.
That DM screen is so useful.
It's so useful. I feel like we.
I'm
never
gonna say
actively
it is a
use it.
meaty. Well, would it be a small or a medium-sized item?
Depending on if that category is based off of size or weight.
That's size.
Size? technically be a medium-sized item, but I would absolutely categorize it as an extra large item.
I was gonna bump it up
Resistance.
one. I was gonna bump it up one step because it's got a very high AC. Roll 5d10. That is how much health your anvil has. You have to write this down and keep track of it from now on.
What damage does a Warhammer do?
1d10.
It's 1d10?
I can't do math.
No, stop adding
No.
reality to the
15,
game.
25.
Snap out
I
of
have to think about it
reality.
to
Reality.
myself. I have to think about it to myself.
Join
39.
us in fiction.
39.
39. Cool. So what did you roll on the 3d8?
I was
15.
just watching that.
Cool. Subtract 15
I know,
from your
right?
39. You will have to use mending to fix the big ass crack you put in your
I'm
anvil.
gonna.
I don't think you were expecting it to crack your anvil, but it cracked your anvil. The glass part of it also shatters. Thank you very much, and we will be back in 2 weeks.
What? No!
Oh.
Whoops.
I have to remember that I am still seeing the whatchamacallit
Yep.
when we get back.
So our next session is going to be on the 19th of Tuesday, because that's
course.
definitely how this works. The 19th of Tuesday
The 19th of Tuesday.
will be our next session.
Tuesday of the 19th.
The 19th of Tuesday.
The 19th of Tuesday.
I almost feel like Tuesday of the 19th kind of actually works, because
Tuesday of the 19th feels like a character's name. We shouldn't still be recording. We should be cutting
We
it.
should be
Cut.
cutting?
Hey